All personnel, clear the launch platform.
All personnel, clear launch platform. Disneyland is your land.
The Leaving Today podcast, the show about the news, history, and attractions of the Disneyland Resort.
Disneyland is your land.
Well, come on, Wendy. Let's go.
But where are we going?
To Neverland.
Neverland.
Hello, and hello. Welcome to the Leaving Today podcast, episode number 202. Thank you so much for joining us this morning, this afternoon, this evening, whenever it is, and however it is you're doing. We very much appreciate it. My name is Mark, one of the co-hosts here of the LTP. Sitting to the right of me is the Charmander Puppets himself, Udi.
Good evening.
Good evening, sir. Sitting to the left of me is Becky.
Hello.
Hey, Becky, how's it going?
Good. How are you?
I'm super fantastic. Thank you for asking. Jess will be here on a little bit later. We have an interview on this show, but at the moment she's not here, but she will be joining us a little bit later. Okay, so if this is your first time listening to us, welcome. We hope you find the water to be very warm. We are an open, honest Disneyland podcast. We like to think of maybe try to think of us as your best Disneyland friends you have not met yet. We try to keep it real. We want the parks to succeed, want the company to succeed, but we do sometimes need to be honest about some stuff. But at the end of the day, we're going to enjoy ourselves at the park. If you'd like to support the show, since today's show is sponsored by you, the listeners, we make it easy. Go to leavingtodaypodcast.com, click on the little Patreon link, and it can be transported to that page. Also on Instagram, Leaving Today Podcast, we have a link tree there, and that's probably one of the best ways to follow us there as well. We try to post content on there, and then hopefully with X, Twitter, Twix, I guess, whatever the term is now, you can follow us at Leaving Today Pod. We are on there as well. Also, TeePublic has a lot of our shirts. We want to be adding more there, but if you want to, I don't know, maybe get a shirt, I think they're on sale right now. We'll do that too. Okay, so today is a great episode. So welcome back to all of our loyal listeners. But we have a great episode today. We are speaking with a new friend in Anaheim. She's from the Eden Roc Hotel. So that's all I'm going to say for now. But we have some good surprises and some good news for you guys coming up if you're planning to visit the Anaheim area soon. And I do encourage you to do that. So in real time, we are in the beginning of the third quarter of 2024. We are also in the midst of D23. So this episode will find you when you're listening to it. A lot of information will have already dropped, which we do not know right now. We are on day 2 of D23. So some information came out last night. It was what panel was it? The animation movie studio panel, or I'm not sure what the actual name of that panel was.
I believe it was entertainment.
Entertainment. Tonight is the parks panel. So I think a lot of people are excited about tonight and tomorrow. So everything we're saying at the moment is pure speculation. But we're not going to go too heavy into D23 right now because we're going to listen tonight. We're going to go live tonight and we're going to digest it. And then episode 203 will be very much D23 centric. I'm hoping. We can get some thoughts about that. Okay, so today's opening question is going to be, so based on last night's panel, what is the most exciting, what movie or animation or whatever cartoon are you most excited about? What that was announced? And they did announce a lot last night. So what is one thing you guys are looking forward to?
Yeah, they did announce a ton. The thing that made me the most excited was The Greatest Showman on Broadway.
Ah, yes.
I saw a clip of when they made the announcement coming out doing the music. That is one of my all-time favorite movies.
Yeah.
I thought that it looked fantastic. I thought it looked amazing. I'm really excited for that.
Okay. So, yeah, I don't know much. I didn't catch what that is about. Is that going to be on Broadway somewhere?
It looks like it's going to be on Broadway.
Okay.
I may be wrong on that. It just said that Disney Entertainment, I believe, was doing it, and I took it as it would be on Broadway. I wouldn't mind it being in any of the parks, but I think it's going to be a Broadway show.
Okay, that's awesome. That is awesome. Great. I mean, no shocker here, but Broadway musicals are not my jam. I don't know much about them, but I will tell you that pre-pandemic, Wendy and I went to go see Hamilton in San Francisco, and I was so blown away by that. I was so like, oh my God, this is so awesome. I was so stoked to see it, but that's the only one I've ever been to. I would entertain going to another one at some point. That's how much I liked it.
There is something really different about a theatrical experience.
Yeah, absolutely.
I have not done it since the pandemic, actually, which is a bit sad, but I love doing something like that.
Yeah, no, I would absolutely do it again because I was just blown away with so much talent there. I'm thinking, how are these guys? How are these folks doing this? So I love it, and I love the music too. So
yeah, and it really brings a different energy when you're actually there, seeing it performed in front of you.
Yeah, awesome. Speaking of music, I think the thing that I'm most excited about that was announced last night, the new Tron movie scored by Nine Inch Nails.
You stole mine. Yeah. You stole mine.
Oh, did I?
Yeah.
So, that came out of left field because this isn't Trent Reznor. It's the actual Nine Inch Nails doing it. Mm-hmm. Well, with Trent Reznor. So I'm sorry if I stole yours. I was just like, oh, what is this? That was great to see. Yeah. Well, okay, you can talk about that, Nudie, if you want.
No. I mean, I was just going to say that out of everything that we got, I mean, we got what did we get? Sequelitis.
Okay. Well, since we're here, to a
huge extent. Huh?
So, LTB listeners, if you're brand new to us, nothing can be perfect for us, so we need to complain about something. So, Udi, you seem to be overly excited that we have a bunch of sequels going on, right?
Oh, I'm so thrilled.
I bet I know what your favorite one is.
My favorite, the one that I cannot wait for all the sequels, is Frozen 3.
Okay, yeah.
My excitement, no, I can't. Anyway,
I thought a close second might be Freakier Friday.
Oh, no.
Oh, did they announce that last night?
With
Lindsay Lohan and Jamie Lee Curtis.
And Jamie Lee Curtis. No, so I'm gonna save my thoughts on all the sequels for our next show. So I'll keep it just to the point of I didn't expect. Now Tron, we knew it was coming. I knew it was coming. I didn't expect the Nine Inch Nails aspect of it. And I went, oh, that's cool.
Did you see how they presented that with the lasers?
Yes,
dude.
Yes.
Oh my
They did that well.
Dang it! I wanted to be there.
Yeah, that was cool to see.
Yeah.
And I'm excited. And I like how if you go to their social media posts, how they're saying you will get what you deserve. And I'm like, oh, and if everybody knows Nine Inch Nails, they know that line.
Yeah.
And lyrically. So I was like, well done. Little tip of the cap for Disney on doing that one correctly.
Yes.
And so, I mean, everything else is a sequel. And out of all the sequels that came out, yeah.
Well, I think, speaking of sequels, the one that, and I didn't see if there's actual a teaser trailer for it yet, but Andor 2, I saw some images. No, what?
No teaser.
No, but he came out there and talked, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm excited about Andor season 2.
I enjoyed Andor. I mean, a lot of people say what you want to say. It was a good show. I mean, you can argue the Star Wars aspect of it, like whether it really was or wasn't. But you cut that out and you go to production, acting, directing, storytelling, all good.
Cinematography.
It's a little stretch in the first 3 episodes. They could have condensed that down.
Yeah.
But after the first 3, the direction and movement was fantastic. I enjoyed the show. I mean, it's one of the last real Star Wars shows that I really enjoyed. To be honest. Yeah. Yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed Andor, and I think I didn't expect to see that. We got a little bit of a taste of Skeleton Crew 2, and I'm very meh on it right now. But I'm also having to realize that this is not going to be the demo. That I'm not the intended demo for this.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up because I was going to ask you about that. I was going to ask you who do you think Skeleton Crew is geared towards?
It's definitely geared towards kids.
Oh,
and here's the problem.
Yeah.
Here's a problem that I have with this show that I'm starting to get is that Disney Star Wars has been very good, if you want to put it that way, into really putting a hard line between their kids Star Wars stuff and what's meant for adults, or not necessarily meant for adults, but not geared just to kids. That's probably better to put it. And then this one, I'm like, and to me, I'm like, you don't need to do that, Disney. You don't need to do that with a live action, because if you do the live action properly, even kids are getting into it.
Yeah.
And then you bring in the whole thing. So when I saw that, I'm like, oh man, it's going to be so geared towards kids, and I don't think they need to do that with their next running series. They can do that in a cartoon show. They're doing an animation thing with the Lego. They're doing another Lego Star Wars thing, and which is great, but 100% meant for kids. And there's a realm where that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
So for live action, I think right now, I'm not sure that's what they need to do, but that's where it is. So hopefully more becomes to come out, and I'll get a little bit more enthused with it, but right now I feel like it's not a show for me at all. Like, I'll watch it because it's Star Wars, I'll watch what they do with it, but am I going to be sitting there over the moon with it? Probably not.
Okay.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah, I don't know much about it, so I'm gonna just reserve judgment a little later and just kind of go, okay, we'll see how it goes.
Mm-hmm. One thing I was surprised to see was the live action Lilo and Stitch. Had you guys heard anything about that?
I had heard rumors about it, so when it popped out, I'm like, okay.
I didn't even see that at all. So what? Can you explain that, Becky?
Well, it's Lilo and Stitch, and then Stitch come breaking out of the screen.
Yeah, it's just Stitch breaking
it's really
out of the
small.
screen. He actually looks really good, though.
It does look pretty good.
That's not necessarily one of my favorite shows, but it's super popular.
Yeah.
I know you guys didn't go watch Mickey and the Magical Map that much at Disneyland, but the times that would see it, every time the Hawaiian roller coaster ride came through, people the kids would lose their minds. It goes so crazy to the point I never even had realized that Lilo and Stitch was that popular.
Yeah. It is a good one. The whole little hand.
Yeah, it's a good message. Yeah. That.
Okay.
I don't know. I thought it looked cute.
Yeah. Yep. So I'm kind of excited to see. I don't know. I'm not down on it. I'm.
Well, this is the sequelitis with the live remake-itis. So that's what I'm saying. I'm biting my tongue because I want to start going off it, because this is not the episode for next one.
Okay, but let me ask you this then. Since we're here, and this might be a good question. I've been thinking about it. Let me phrase it correctly. Did anything you see yesterday? And okay. Because there's a lot of things I didn't see, but you two seem to be more on top of it than I do. Because this part of stuff of Disney is not really my jam. Tonight is, but
yeah.
Okay, did you see anything last night that, for the IP wise, could be carried into the Disneyland Forward IP for the next? Because we're looking about 10 years from now, probably about 8 to 10 years from now is when we're going to be having probably a fully functional Disney Forward, whatever that is going to be. And I think we're going to learn more about it tonight and as the weeks unfold. But do you see any IP that's going to be strong enough to anchor anything in there? I know Frozen 3 is coming out, right? Is that?
Well, okay.
That would be my only thought would be Frozen.
See, it's a difficult question to answer.
But it's a good question, right?
In the sense that, because it's no new IP.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So it's almost going back to whatever has already been around.
Right.
So it's like the discussion doesn't change. The discussion doesn't change as like, well, what are we talking about? You can do Frozen. You could do, Avatar, I guess.
That's coming.
Well, no, I know that. So that's my point. Is like, the problem with Disney Forward and where it may go is that there's no, I don't feel like there's any one super strong IP that you can base everything on. This is going to be one of those things where if they're going to do it, they need to do it as a
conglomerate or something, or
a conglomeration of all the different IPs, and they need to be very, very pointed in what they put in there.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that the fact that they're just Bob Iger, I don't know why people are surprised by this. Some people are. But Bob Iger is doing what Bob Iger does. He doesn't make new stuff, he buys stuff.
Yep.
And I think it's never been more, see, I'm trying to stay away from this conversation, but it's never been more evident than right now.
Mm-hmm.
With him basically saying what a couple of earnings calls ago that he's going to they're going to concentrate on sequels, and he wasn't lying. But that's the problem is like.
Oh, speaking of lying, Mufasa got announced.
No, get out of here with that. I don't care.
I'm sorry, I was trying to be funny.
I don't care.
The only thing I guess I could see. Actually, I don't know, because even with. Like, speaking of Mufasa, it did cross my mind when you initially asked the question of something having to do with Lion King into the parks. And part of me could see that, but honestly, not really. No. I think it probably fits better in Florida.
Oh, yeah, Animal Kingdom for sure.
Yeah, over there. And the same with Zootopia. I just don't see Zootopia over here.
No.
At all. I don't think it fits. I don't... Yeah. I could see it in Animal Kingdom, but I couldn't see it. Hercules, they're doing the Broadway show. I would love to see something Hercules. I think that it's kind of an underrated movie, but at the same time, I just don't see it coming this way.
No.
So that's what I'm saying. So I think currently, I think we're going to get what we've been getting at Disney. It's going to be this is what you're supposed to like, so you need to like it. And,
take your medicine.
Yeah, take your medicine, and they're not giving us a spoonful of sugar.
Right.
To go with it. You know what I mean? They're just like, here you go. And so that's why looking at all the IPs, in all reality, what we're probably going to get is going to be out of D23, just a jag off over there for Disney Forward. It's going to be an Avatar and a Frozen thing. And to be honest, that's going to be okay, but I don't know.
Yeah, well, on the heels of that, I mean, what we can report on is reading it right now is, and I mentioned this to you yesterday, is lead Imagineer for Tokyo Disney Resort takes new role as creative director for Disneyland Resort.
Yeah.
So and
that's positive.
It is positive because whatever the IP, I mean, look, if you're listening to this show, I assume you love or enjoy themed entertainment, and that's really what this is. It may not be your IP, but dang it, it's going to look great. Yeah. And I know Udi and I are not the demographics for any of this stuff. I get that, and Becky probably is because of her two young daughters. But I mean, I can appreciate good artwork, and that's one of the reasons why and design, and that's one of the many reasons why I love Disneyland, because it's like, oh, these guys are doing this. So yeah, that got announced yesterday. So we could get a Frozen. I'm guessing we're going to get a Frozen Land, but it could be I'm going
with that 100%.
But I would not be upset if they go, well, I don't want an exact replica of that, but maybe we have and I'm making things up here, like a fantasy village or something where we have a little bit of Arendelle, a little bit of Peter Pan, or a little bit of, well, Zootopia wouldn't fit in there.
No.
I don't think so.
Some other IP, because Frozen looks like it's going to be around.
Well, can we just say that? Can I just say this real quick?
Well, I guess I'm not gonna stop you.
The main thing between Frozen and Avatar, because they're gonna the argument that Bob Iger is making, and I've heard him make it a few times, the reason to bring it on the park is because it's made X amount of billions, in the theater, right?
Right.
And I'm going, okay, I see your logic. I don't agree with the logic, but I see your logic. Then you go to Frozen. Same argument made. Okay, main difference between the both IPs. How many girls and little girls have you seen running around with Elsa things or with the snowman things and with everybody? You'll see Frozen everywhere. You'll see kids with Frozen stuff on. You'll see women with Frozen stuff. You see women, Elsa, all that stuff. And it is culturally more relevant here than Avatar ever was and ever will be.
Yeah.
So as much as I don't like Frozen, I can also appreciate that if they go, no, we're going to anchor Disney forward the project with a Frozen thing, I go, that makes sense. Because capturing more than just the IP and the dollars behind the IP, you're actually capturing the people who follow that and are like the princesses, and they identify with those stories and the characters, and then they have the merch, they have the things out there, and they're walking around with all this stuff. They can't always counter with the same thing. Where is that with Avatar? You have your group of Avatar followers for sure, but in the cultural zeitgeist, it's nowhere near the same.
No.
So an Avatar experience, fine, but to anchor it, to make an anchor point, I think is a mistake. I would infinitely argue that Frozen, the F word, yes, would be a better anchor to that whole thing than any Avatar thing would be.
Yeah.
Because and then when we saw that, I was like, interesting. There, I put the little meme of Obi-Wan Kenobi curling his beard, going, and because it is. I think it's a mild indicator that hey, little Arendelle might be coming our way. And honestly, if they do it anywhere near Tokyo, I'm all for it because if you guys haven't seen that kind of the footage from over there, holy crap!
Yep, it's beautiful,
gorgeous. But
it is. Do you think there's any chance of getting any of the Tangled stuff over here?
I would love it.
I would love it too.
Come on, Eugene! I need me some Eugene in the Pork.
I think all of that would just look amazing.
Yeah.
Well, see, Tangled could be meshed into some sort of fantasy village as well, right?
Yeah, it could. Yeah.
And Beauty and the Beast. There's so many ways.
All of those.
If it was smart, if they did a fantasy village, they could have all those IPs right there.
Yep.
You could. Go ahead.
Well, even with Tangled, I could see Robin Hood meshing really well with that too, and it would look amazing. It gives me all of those vibes. I think you could do so much with it.
Yep.
Completely agree.
Yeah. So people, when you guys listen to the show, all this is going to be revealed. So we probably get thinking you guys are way off base, but I'm just putting that disclaimer out there first. We're just spitballing, workshopping this right now and just talking about it.
And we're excited to hear what's coming tonight. So we're kind of on edge and excited.
The disappointment will be huge, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you know, this is just another reason why doing a podcast on this topic, Disneyland, is always fun. There isn't any dull moments with this company. There's always something to get excited about or get upset about and look forward to. We're going, we got a lot of stuff going on, lots of stuff. I know on D23 day, that was Thursday at the parks, Ken Potrock said, who's the president of Disneyland, mentioned that there's going to be a lot of Disneyland news coming out of this, something like 60%. So, and they also mentioned that if not most of the ideas, if not all the ideas, are way beyond the blue sky phase.
Okay. Well, beyond blue sky is important.
It is important, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep. And then I know our friend Sam Carter posted something very cryptic with Tomorrowland. And I messaged him saying, "What are you telling us without really telling us?" And he laughed. He said, "I'm not saying anything." And I go, "Okay." So I think,
Man, I can't wait to get him back on the show. Man,
yeah.
He's so awesome.
Yeah, and
I'm so busy though, but man, I can't wait. He's just so awesome.
Yeah, he's great. But he works for Disneyland now, Disney Corp, so we have to be respectful of what he can and can't say.
I mean, that's like I almost want to get him on the show and say, "So hey, give us the guardrails,"
and then watch us go over them.
Then I'll lightly bump into him, like a train going through a bale of hay.
Yeah.
So
I think if we had a little more time with Flander, we could have gotten talking about stuff.
And because it's like we just want to know. I know. Like we're never going to be those people who go like trying to do the hard push, but
no,
man, I want to know.
yeah. And by the way, we will have Flander back on. We just gotta. I know he's a busy guy, but
yeah. He just went to Hawaii too and stayed at Alani.
Yeah. Yep.
It looked amazing.
Yep. Yeah. My daughters got to go there, and they said they really liked it.
They did?
Yeah.
Oh.
I know. They've been to Disneyland Paris, too.
Oh, my gosh. They're so lucky.
Yeah, they're not... Yeah.
Yeah, remind him of that. Mark's like, remind him of that?
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, so that's the opening question, and there's actually a pretty good conversation about that.
Yeah.
All right, so... With that, let's head on over to the news.
You listen to me now. You are talking about things that you do not understand.
Okay, so the first news item, of course, we're supposed to be in a time of cheer and happiness with D23 going on as we are recording right now. But let's start off in LTP fashion. Refurbishment season begins now. Just another reminder that the pre-Halloween refurbishment season no longer begins the day after Labor Day, and this year begins this week. In addition to the Critter Country closure at Disneyland, here's what to expect if you visit this week.
Nothing. Oh, sorry.
Closed attractions at Disneyland. The Disneyland Story presenting Great Moments of Mr. Lincoln closed April 16th. Reopening date not published. The Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh closed May 1st due to construction area related to TBA. And actually opening is probably TBA as well. Davy Crockett Explorer Canoes closed July 8th due to construction in the area related to TBA. Hungry Bear Restaurant closed July 8th for kitchen refurbishment, but will reopen as Hungry Bear Barbecue Jamboree. Critter Country bathrooms closed July 8th due to construction related to TBA. Critter Country...
I'm picking up on a thing.
Yes. Critter Country entrance to Star Wars Galaxy's Edge closed July 8th due to...
Wait. Because of TBA.
Yes. Related to... Yes. It's TBA adjacent, I suppose. Haunted Mansion closed for refurbishment, reopening date not published, but that actually this news is old because it is actually open now.
It is open.
Yeah, we should talk about that real quick after we get through this litany of closures here. Splash Mountain, shocker, that's closed. Okay.
Wake me up when you're done.
Yeah. Disneyland Railroad closes August 5th now for refurbishment, reopening date not published, but I know that's going to be not operational when I'm there in September. I think it's going to be gone down for 3 months because I think they're redoing the track. And it's just a big process.
Well, no. So to be fair, though, in the defense, for them, you have to redo the rail ties and the rail tracks a lot, especially on turns.
Yeah.
Because the wear and the fact that they added that left turn.
Yeah.
And the right turn. That subsequent right turn. I would not be surprised if that section of the track is what's really worn.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Makes sense. Yeah.
That's why I saw that and I was like, ugh. But when it comes to trains, that's like, hello, that's the real world. Those are the physics you can't fight, even though it seems like a lot of people want to fight physics these days. I don't know why. But yeah, it's one of those things like you got to do it. So it's a bump. But yeah, that's probably why, in my assumption.
Sure. Let's see. Space Mountain closed August 5th right now through September 6th for refurbishment. So as D23 is going on, we got... Yeah.
Do you want to hear? Do you want to hear what I saw as an aside because of Space Mountain? They're closing it. I put where did I see? I don't know, something to like it was April Fool's or something, trying to say that Space Mountain is going to be forever now with the lights on. Have you seen that one going around?
Oh no, I haven't seen that.
Oh yeah, dude, I saw that, and because they said, well, somebody got their hands. Amputated.
Oh yes, I've seen that. Yeah.
And I'm like, if you guys ever go lights on, you guys will see that you're really far away from anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like that's like an old wives' tale or whatever. That if you're tall, like Mark's height,
yeah,
and you put your arms up, you're gonna get chopped off.
Yeah.
No, not true. Like that's what I chuckled so hard. I started laughing. I'm like, was this April Fool's? I'm like looking like who's trying to pull the joke on that, but no, no. You're really far away. The reason why it feels so claustrophobic is because you can't see.
You can't see anything.
The effect. It has to do with the effect of it being in the dark, so it makes it a little bit more freaky.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie though, I see that kind of stuff, and then when I'm actually in the situation, since I have a high level of anxiety, I'm the person that's sitting there like, honey, keep your hands down, don't put them up.
Yeah, right. No, there's really
explaining all of it.
Yeah, no, there's just no way that they would even have it even like remotely close.
No.
So yeah, Space Mountain closes August 5th right now and opens September 6th for refurbishment. What, to be opened as Tiana Space Mountain? Oh, come on, that can't be real.
That's one of the many re-things. That's all.
Tiana's, yeah, same with the monorail. Tiana's monorail coming up. Speaking of actually Space Mountain, just real quick, Becky, can Tim actually fit on that ride?
Yeah, he can fit on Space Mountain. I know it's a tight squeeze though.
Yeah, my knees are almost up to my chest, and I usually have like a backpack or a sling pack with me, and it's like I have to put everything, and it's like it sucks. I mean, I love the ride, but holy crap, I could barely even get like the leg things over me, and so I'm thinking Tim's a little bigger than me. How is he doing it?
Yeah, a lot of stuff is. What about whenever you did Space Mountain in Disney World? Was that worse, or did you not do it?
Oh, I did it. It was easier because of the seating.
Oh, yeah, because you can see. I forgot.
It's
like you can put your legs long, huh?
Yeah, it's a single. It's.
Oh yeah, it is a single.
It's very.
I totally forgot about that.
It's very old school Matterhorn bobsled-esque.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, so that part I'm totally fine. Oh yeah, so I wish we had those cars here, and I also wish that we had the Splash Mountain logs like they do here. I mean, and like here that we have. Sorry, I wish we had the Florida logs that because you sit next to each other as opposed to like
the dual.
Yeah.
Or like two-seater.
Yeah. So interesting. Yeah, Space Mountain is one of those things I always get jammed up in. And anyways. All right. Disneyland Monorail closes August 12th for refurbishment. Reopening date not published, but I think that's only going to be down for a week is what I heard. Indiana Jones closes September 9th through 13th for refurbishment. That's nothing shocking there.
No.
Star Wars Launch Bay closed. Magic Eye Theater closed. Yeah. I suspect Magic Eye Theater is not long for the world. We'll see about that.
I would agree.
DCA, Animation Academy, inside the animation building is closed August 5th through 29th for refurbishment. Turtle Talk with Crush inside animation building, same time, August 5th through or 15th for refurbishment. Anna and Elsa's Royal Welcome, I don't even know what that is, closed August 5th through 15th. Beast Library and the Searcher's Workshop inside animation building closed permanently. Oh, did they really close? That's news to me.
Yeah.
Okay.
You don't know about that, and I was annoyed by that because that's actually kind of cool. And let's get rid of more of the Beauty Beast out of the park, please.
Yeah,
Maybe they're getting rid of it because they're gonna do an announcement and move it over to Disneyland.
No, you can't. No, they can't do that to me. They won't do it to me because that would make sense, and so that's why it's not gonna happen.
True.
Yeah. Okay, so those are the closures. Enjoy your time this month at Disneyland Resort.
Lord, wow.
Okay, dude, but here's the fact, Udi. Here's the absolute fact. If you and I went today, or even Becky went today, I guarantee you we would still have a good time.
Yeah.
I wouldn't. I would go in and be mad the entire time I'm there.
That is not true. We would have, dude. We would have so much fun eating and looking at stuff and going on Pirates, complaining about the line, and then going over to Rancho, getting something, and walking around, having conversations.
Rancho, I'm still not over that, dude. Like, give me.
I wonder if they can actually make it for you.
I'd be like, hey, make me some enchiladas, por favor. I would.
Yes.
It could be like a secret menu.
Yeah.
Ooh, that'd be awesome.
That would be awesome. Yeah.
But you do make a good point, Mark, because you can find something to do that is enjoyable, whether everything is operating or not.
Yep.
It is true. We'd still have a good time. We maybe would question how much we spent to miss out on some stuff, for sure.
Yeah.
But we would have a great time.
Oh, dude, yeah, absolutely. I mean, just getting getting a mint julep and going on Mark Twain would ease a lot of issues for me at the moment, and just and then go, hey, let's walk over here after this, or let's go check out Bengal Barbecue, or just hang out adventure. Just there's so much stuff that we could be doing that I would get a kick out of, but.
Yeah, see, I wouldn't mind a couple go rounds on the Jungle Cruise, things like that.
Sure. Yeah, and I'd go to Udi. I say, dude, let's go over to Smoke Jumpers and grab your Jack and Coke thing, because I've never had it, frozen Jack and Coke, and let's walk over there. Let's walk through, Grizzly River Run and see what's going on. Yeah, I see. There's so many things to do. Yeah. Yep. Okay, so next news out of Magic Key promotions for Halloween time. The Magic Key portal on the Disneyland mobile app was upgraded with the latest offers for Magic Key holders. Here's what is available starting August 19th. A series of 4 villains trading cards will be released, and Magic Key holders can pick up a different one each week. Dates, time, and locations have yet to be released.
Wait, what? They're doing trading cards for it?
Yeah.
Okay, I need to go get mine right now.
Villains trading cards. I'll be there a month after. I wonder if I can get that for you. I don't.
You'll probably be fine because nobody cares.
Would you want that?
I mean, I'd take them at cool little shots. You'd be like, oh, that's cool.
Okay, I'll see if I can find something.
But it ain't moving the needle, as you asked. Is that moving the needle? No.
Okay.
Is there a negative move? Yeah.
Oh, there is. Magic Key holders can take a special Disney Photo Pass magic shot featuring, I don't know, Yzma from the Emperor's New Groove, and receive a complimentary digital download. The photo location is across from the Matterhorn bobsleds, and it's open from noon to 9 p.m. daily. No. Magic Key holders who also have tickets to Oogie Boogie Bash can purchase a special Magic Key t-shirt and pin at select merchandise locations during the event. That's nonsense.
You can purchase?
Yeah. Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you so much for that.
To be fair, though, depending on the design, I'd actually be okay with it. The pin, I don't care, but if the t-shirt is cool, I'm like, hey, that's not too bad.
Yeah. There will be a special photo opportunity at the event under the Silly Symphony swings, where Magic Key holders can also receive a Hades patch and score extra candy. August 20th, Disneyland will release an exclusive stainless steel tumbler for Magic Key holders. Pricing was not released. Yeah, I'd be interested in that as well.
Yeah, it would be good. So Mark, can you get me one? Can you try to get me one, Mark, please? Putting my request right now in my order.
Yeah, I mean, I'm serious. Actually, there was something that was...
I am too. I'm 100% serious. I'll take the tumbler, and if you can get it for me, thank you, sir.
For sure I would. Well, there was actually something I was going to look for you anyways for there. Remember that Disneyland, that I think it was dark blue or black shirt. I think it was dark blue, but it was more of with the castle and the flag and everything, the patriarch.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
If I see that one, I will absolutely get it for you.
Thanks, sir.
Same with you, Becky. If you see something like, I want...
Yeah, I'll let you know.
Stainless steel tumbler. I will get that. Yeah, absolutely. I'll pick that up. Just some of your list. Okay.
Texting it now.
Yeah, that's fine. What?
No, I'm just looking at
Okay.
All this is kind of lame for the most part.
You mean the news?
I'm curious. I have a question.
Yeah.
At what point in time and who is making this photo pass thing with character whatever a thing, or look how great this is? It's not that good.
Oh.
You know, photo pass is nothing new, and it's been around for a while. But I've always been curious as to why. It's not. You get it, but they tout it like it's some awesome thing. I'm like, it's not. No.
So I think the photo pass is cool in the aspect of when you're coming on a long extended vacation and you have so many picture opportunities. I find that valuable. I used it in Disney World, for example. Yeah. And I loved having that because I think it was an extra $100 to add on, but it was the entire time I was there. And then I didn't even hardly have to bring my camera out because there were so many picture opportunities and we just took that, but not necessarily the opportunities of where they add in a character.
Oh, yeah.
That doesn't strike me as a need to get it, but to be able to have family photos or just photos of all of us.
Yeah.
Being a mom, I oftentimes am not in the photos at all, and so
Yeah.
it's nice to have something. Or Tim's taking one of me, and I'm like in the middle of talking. I look terrible. I don't want to give that to my kids to remember me someday.
Yeah.
So I do like that aspect of it. I think it's valuable. However, for a magic key holder, I don't know that I find that exciting, and I also don't think the whatever Yzma from Emperor's New Groove is somebody that people are that excited to see.
No.
I like Yzma. I think she's a great character, but I don't. Yeah, no, but I'm with you. I'm like, okay.
Like, yeah, I don't know if that.
Well, I think you guys make two different points. I mean, it's for someone like Udi and I. This isn't, again, move the needle. I use that,
but
care
about PhotoPass.
No, not. But I'll say something about it in a second. But you make a really good point about, like, yeah, you don't have to worry about taking pictures all the time because someone's doing it for you, and that actually is a nice plus. When we were at Disney World, I found it interesting that at the end of each day we were there, I went on the app and we had a bunch of photos uploaded from the Max Pass thing, where there's pictures of us on Tron and video of us on Tron. Yeah. I'm like, where did this come from? And then Haunted Mansion and Big Thunder. I'm like, what? I had no idea they were even doing that.
Yeah, I felt. Now, when I was there, it was still pandemic time because it was January 2021. So there's not very many people at the park at all.
Okay.
But we had so many photos.
Oh, cool.
Of us. I mean, it was the same thing. You just went on and it was like, there was us on Expedition Everest.
Oh, yeah.
Those sorts of things. And that was really cool.
Yeah.
Now that we're talking about it, I'm glad about that because now it makes me go, oh, okay, well, I can see some more validity to it.
Yeah, I had no idea.
I haven't seen that at Disneyland, though.
No. Man, we should talk about Disney World sometime. But I every time I bring it up, I want Udi to go so bad. I want him to go to Epcot because he is going to blow his mind, and I want him to go to Disney World and check out Adventureland and go, okay, this Adventureland is a whole different animal than what we have here in our park.
Yeah, no, I know.
And I would love to walk around with you going, oh, this is better, or this sucks, or this is, oh my gosh, I can't believe they did this. But dude, just that and Epcot, I really, and shoot, what am I kidding? Even Hollywood Studios, I think you would love. Anyways, enough about that. Okay.
Yeah, we should talk about that another time, though.
Yes, we should.
In some capacity.
Yeah, it would be nice if we could all somehow do a trip out there. Actually, that's pipe dream cost.
Tell me no more. I will go on and book it now.
Yes, well, that would be crazy. Anyway, we can talk offline about that because there could be some things we could do. We'll see. And Udi, I want you to go. I absolutely want you to go. I would just love for his opinion to either be happy or pissed off or both or all of it and go, oh my gosh. Anyway.
There'd be a mixed bag, I'm sure.
Yes, it would be a mixed bag. Okay, so Orange County Register prepared this little betting guide to Disney's D23 reveals. Now he has his betting odds, and he said they're totally made up odds on what he might announce. He being Josh D'Amaro. So he has for tonight. Avatar is off the board. Disney already has announced that it will bring an Avatar-themed attraction to Disneyland. So this is not a fair bet. But with the approval of Disneyland 4 proposal, fans are hoping to hear more details about the ride and its setting. Yes. Even on the expo floor, there's a whole Avatar panel booth that I think is not to be opened until Sunday or something like that. Yeah. Not another thing that infuriates me because I would. Anyways. Okay, Encanto musical at the Hyperion Theater, -200. So that's kind of a safe bet. Disney has posted a casting notice for a live-action Encanto show, so expect this one sooner rather than later. But will this be a Broadway-style production in the Hyperion or something smaller on another stage in the park? The bet here is the Big House.
Now, I kind of think they would use it more in the Fantasyland Theater.
You think so?
Well, I guess it depends on what style it is. If it was a full-on Broadway, I don't think that they would be able to pull it off in the Fantasyland Theater. I think it'd be too small. but I don't know if it would fit in the Hyperion. Or it would fit, but I mean, would it fit the land?
No, but the thing is with the Hyperion, though, the way the Hyperion is, it's a dedicated theater, so it's a theater that can be easy to show and having a show.
Yeah.
So thematically, you don't have to worry about it because the Hyperion fits.
True.
And just like any general Broadway show doesn't matter to me because I've seen. It had I actually watched. Oh, now I can't remember. I can't remember the name of it, but it was basically like a show that, and this was years ago now, but it was all brass, trumpets, French horns, tubas, all that, and there were it was a troupe, and it was amazing, and they were out of the Hyperion for, I think they were booked there for like maybe a month or two.
Okay.
Oh, cool.
And that was just out of the Hyperion. So even though it wasn't like thing, but it was just the fact that the Hyperion is a theater.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, they could easily. I mean, they have. What else do they have out there? They have Frozen out of there.
And Aladdin.
And Aladdin. So yeah, to me, it's like the Hyperion is a working theater.
Sure. Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So actually,
I think they had the Steve Rogers show. Oh,
it's an amazing building for anybody who's not been in it. It's awesome. Like, it is a great theater.
Well, I can honestly say I've never been in it.
Oh yeah,
Well, you never saw Aladdin.
No, I never did.
It was so good, but I know it's not your thing.
No, I think when it was
not your thing.
No, I mean it very well could be. I would go, but I think at the time it was playing, my daughters were not interested in it, and you know how it is, Becky. Like when you're there.
Oh yeah.
It isn't, Becky and Tim time. It's your daughter's time, and you're just kind of there. So.
Yeah, no, it's so true.
Yeah.
Yeah, depending on the ages, that sort of thing, it's hard to do that. But it was a great show. I would actually love to see an Encanto show there.
Yeah,
I wouldn't.
I'm sorry,
you
I
wouldn't?
know you wouldn't. But I think that the music would be good. I think that they could do that really well in a Broadway
If it Coco, I'd be all over that.
Well, yeah. Okay, well.
Oh man! Oh, I just thought of it, and I just started playing the songs from Coco in my head, and I'm like, oh, that would be cool to be played live, like Llorona live. Oh, dude, I would love that.
Yeah.
I would love that. I love that song.
Okay.
Hey.
Next item is Casa. How do you say?
Madrigal.
Casa Madrigal Dark Ride plus 200. So that's probably not going to happen. At Destination D23 event in Orlando last fall, Diamaro teased an Encanto-themed attraction for Tropical America's revamp of Dinoland USA and Disney's Animal Kingdom. The concept art showed what looked like a Casa Madrigal.
Madrigal. Am I saying it right?
Madrigal. But you guys are saying it.
Whenever I try to say it at home with the accent, so I guess you guys don't know that much about it, but they're a magical family. And the way I was saying it, it sounded like I'm saying like the Magicals. And so the whole time Tim's like, you literally thought this family's name is Magical, not Magical?
Okay.
But I just have a terrible accent.
Yeah.
They said, okay. So that was they teased that for Animal Kingdom in Dinoland USA, and they say a duplicate of that could be good bet for inclusion in the Disneyland Forward expansion. Yeah, I mean, we don't know what it is. We have no idea what this expansion is yet. So yeah, I mean, it could fit in right there, and they could already have a theme already defined. I mean, I don't know that the IP is strong enough for that here, but we'll see.
I do think it will go in Animal Kingdom.
Yes.
I really feel that it will, and I think it will be amazing there.
Yes. Udi says no, and I agree with Udi.
I agree. No, I mean, I think it fits better over here. Again, the forcing of certain IPs where I'm like, dude, Disney proper is not the same as all the other ones, man. You just can't. You can't force the stuff in. It's got to be on point. People got to like it. If not, it won't float. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Just I know this isn't listed here, but since Tron got announced yesterday with Nine Inch Nails and stuff, do you think we see any of that in Tomorrowland?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it fits in Tomorrowland. Don't get me wrong. Tron is one of the only existing IPs, other than me saying I've been barking forever, like they need to create a new IP and actually do something there.
Yeah.
But if they went back and they went hard back in Tron and actually did, and this Ares is good and catches on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, but here's the thing, though, is and then that's automatically going to spark up the talk about having the Tron cycle ride in Tomorrowland, and we've all talked about it. It cannot be done there.
No.
It cannot be done there. As much as you think this and that and this and that, end of the day, it cannot be done in that location without major overtooling and overhauling that would shut down that land for years. We're talking probably a decade. And they're not going to do that. I don't think that. As much as I would like it, and it would be cool, but to me, the Tron Light Cycles is a foundational attraction.
It's an anchor. Yeah.
That is build that in a place that's going to found it. So
yeah,
if they want to do it, then over to Disney Forward you go and then build that out. I mean, I would be fine. But I say in the meantime, when Tron comes out, absolutely throw it in Tomorrowland because it actually freaking fits.
100% fits there.
Yeah.
I know we've talked about this before, but you do remember the Tron speed tunnel, right? On People Mover.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah. Becky, I don't think you.
Okay, I feel like I have a memory from it, but I don't know if this is right. But it would have been one of my first times going, and I was really young.
Okay.
And I remember like going through, and I feel like there were stormtroopers that like looked like they were shooting at you.
Oh,
am I making that up?
No, you're right.
No, you're right, and that was right behind the Starcade. I think what you're talking about because they used to have an X-wing up there too.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
that is like the only memory I have of doing it.
Oh, I think Star Tours and the Starcade area. There's a little bit of they share a wall there.
Yes.
And it must have been right in there, but no, you're right. There were some stormtroopers there. Yeah.
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 Yep.
But other than that, I was too young.
Yes. Okay. Wow. Okay.
And I'll emphasis on that right now because there's not many times I get to say I was young or something.
Okay. Yeah. Well, we have no idea you are. I assume you're like 22, Becky. So we'll just say that.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
I barely was just able to get my first drink.
Oh yes, your first drink was at Jungle Bird a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you got carded. That was awesome. Next betting thing is a big Maleficent dragon will return to Fantasmic. That's plus 100. Here's an even money bet that Disney will find some way to return a plus-size Maleficent dragon to Fantasmic for the park's 70th anniversary next summer. I think that's probably a fair bet.
I would go with not only is it a fair bet, it needs to happen.
Sure. But the question is, will that be enough to have Udi spend half an hour out of his night to watch that?
You ready for this?
Hold on.
Yes.
I was going to take a drink.
Wait, it was? You said yes?
It would be. I would.
Wow. I wasn't expecting that.
I would.
Udi, dude. I cannot see you getting a dining package and getting all excited about.
No, I didn't say all that. Slow down.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And sit there, and somebody saves me a spot. Yo.
Okay. I was going to say the world truly has gone mad.
That's not Jess telling me to watch it. It's like we're gonna sit right here. I'll save the spot, and then you come and sit down and watch it. I'm like, oh, cool.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the girls want
to. But you see, this is where I can go, where I recognize, and this is where I'm trying to. At every turn do what I say, which is when Disney does right, you support it.
Yes.
And I think them bringing back the full-size dragon is incredibly important. And I think it's one of the things that made that show iconic for so many people because of that.
Mm-hmm.
And you can't just remove that and be like, too bad. It's like, no, it's too big. Like, you do better, be safe, like, keep your standards up and find a way to do it better.
Yeah.
Just because, like, oh, we screwed up this one time. Is that an excuse not to find a way to do it better? No. Do it better. So, and again, saying it for all the people who love that show, then it needs to come back to them too.
Yeah.
So I would sit there and be like, yeah, let me add to this mess. Let me add to the human, carnage that whole thing brings up, and I'll gladly jump in there for once and be like, Good on you, Disney. So let me support that, and I will spend my time, and I'll do what we need to do, and then watch and basically do whatever I can to help prove that this was the right decision by Disney.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, the whole dinner package thing, no, heck no, dude, no. Not doing that.
Okay.
What if they do it at the new barbecue place?
We'd have to see then. I mean, we'd have to see what the food is and everything like that. And that's actually a good view, but I don't know. You posed an interesting question that I will not say no to. I would have to do a PBA on that.
Yes. Yep. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Next item is the return of Paint the Night. That's a plus 400, so that's not a sure bet at all. Wishful thinking. I don't think that's going to come back for the 70th anniversary. That's next summer. It could be.
Man, this is when I wish Jess was here because she could be speaking a little bit more to it. No, I'm not trying to say it. You can't, Becky, but I know her thought process. She's so into these, so it'd be good to have both guys going at it, discussing that. Because I don't know. Part of me thinks like, it should come back in some extent, but who knows? Like I said, what we've seen for 70th already has been underwhelming.
I mean the artwork?
Yeah, it was trash.
No, dude, it's not trash. It isn't your thing.
Okay, trash is too hard.
Yeah.
It's way too harsh. I just really didn't like it.
You know why? It could be because for Udi, there weren't like snakes and skulls and daggers on it and things like that.
Nothing to do with it. I think it was too niche for it.
Okay.
That's what I mean. So yeah, trash was too harsh. I just really didn't like it. I don't think it fits with the overall anniversary of it, and it's way too niche.
Okay.
People get to the 70th, and people are going to be wanting to celebrate that, and that's fine. But for me, I'm like, nope, not doing it because I don't.
Well,
not my style anywhere remotely close to it.
I need to see it in real time, in real life. And so if there's like a white, I've always been on the hunt for like a long sleeve white shirt from Disneyland, and I have a blue one, but I want a white one. And if there's something like that, I might have to see what it looks like in real life, because it could be. It looks like it's really colorful. I don't know. I don't know. I kind of like it.
Yeah. The more I looked at it, the more I started liking it. I could see it, the Mickey logo portion of it, something like that on a hat. I wear hats to the gym a lot.
Okay.
I could totally see myself getting one like that. I am with you, Mark, in that the Spirit jerseys are not necessarily my thing to wear.
No.
I do like them, however. They just don't really look good on me. It was a little much, I think. Just the style of the Spirit jersey is a lot because you have Disneyland written out, plus you have everything going on the back.
Yeah, looked busy.
But I don't know. I liked how the Jungle Cruise was on it, like the boat from the Jungle Cruise, and kind of everything was represented.
Yep. So when I go, I'm going to buy Udi a big poster of that he can hang in his wall.
And with Paint the Night, I don't foresee it coming back for that. I think it would be neat to have it in DCA at night and have a nighttime parade going on over there.
Yeah, that would be good. Well, I wouldn't be too shocked to see if we have our old classics show up again, the Main Street Electrical Parade. I mean, they always pull that thing out when they need to.
Yeah.
Glowing away again. Okay.
For the last time, we really mean it this time.
Yeah. I remember when they did announce that it was going away. I think I brought this up before. They were able to buy light bulbs from the parade floats.
Oh yeah, I remember that. And then it came back.
Sure. And I go, so yeah, did they ask for those light bulbs back? No. They just keep.
Speaking of Main Street Electrical, though, have you seen Paris, the drone show
of
the Main Street Electrical?
Yes.
Amazing.
Amazing. And they did something for Deadpool and Wolverine, too. Did you see that?
No, I didn't. If you see that, send it to me.
Okay. It just blows me away what they're able to do with that.
Oh, it's so cool.
Yeah, they've been playing with drones and things like that for a while now. Disney had over here. Also. So yeah.
Yep. For sure. All right. Last time here was Zootopia plus 900. Along with the World of Frozen, this was another new land at Disney opened in its Asia parks last year, but its main attraction shares much of its ride design with Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. Disneyland does not need a dupe of that, so I would be surprised to see a copy of Zootopia here.
Well, here's a problem with that. Why is it going to be a copy? They can do other things. They can do copy and do something else.
Yeah, they totally can.
And honestly, I am for Disney. Stop making. Don't make direct replicas. Don't do it.
Nope.
Like, even if we get Frozen over here, in Disney Florida, please don't make it the same.
No. And
don't make it the same.
I'm also nervous about that Wandering Oakens roller coaster they have there in Arendelle. You've seen that thing, right? It's on the right-hand side. It looks a lot like the Seven Dwarfs Mine Train.
Yeah.
I mean, it looks wonderful, but the ride time is like 17 seconds or something like that. It's ridiculous.
It's kind of like a Gadget's Go coaster. Almost in Toontown, yeah.
Yeah, it may be longer by like 4 or 5 seconds than that. And it's like, what? You put all this for that? No, thank you.
Yeah.
So we'll see how that goes. Okay. Oh, shoot. There's also that King Thanos attraction thing. We'll talk about that in D23 show, but that just popped up too. Okay. Last news. What a mess is last news, Adam? Yeah. Okay. Earl of Sandwich.
No, a couple more.
Oh. Earl of Sandwich pop-up opens in downtown Disney. The takeout trailer is a temporary solution while a new restaurant is built in downtown Disney's West End. We think that's going to be over in that Parkside Market area, I think, right? We don't know. The Earl of Sandwich pop-up trailer that has been sitting idle for 6 months outside the former ESPN zone has finally opened for business as the often on-the-move sandwich shop awaits the new permanent home in downtown Disney's West End. The temporary Earl of Sandwich location next to Trading Post has officially opened, according to the Downtown Disney Instagram account. The trailer serves a curated menu with limited selection of sandwiches, wraps, and salads. The full menu is expected to appear on the Disneyland website later this week. Both the new pop-up fast food stand and current Earl of Sandwich restaurant near the Esplanade between DCA and Disneyland will continue to operate in downtown Disney. Closing date has not been announced for the East End Earl Sandwich. The former La Brea Bakery location will eventually be demolished to make way for a new Porto's Bakery. So that's all good news. I've heard wonderful things about Porto's, and I'm looking forward to that. I did look at their menu, and it looks like something I would want to try, but I'm guessing I'm not the only one because I think it's going to be popular.
Yeah.
And I don't know this Earl of Sandwich. I'm hoping that Disney does right by these folks because these guys seem to be jockeyed around all over I mean, I think they've been in like 3 or 4 spots already, and it's like,
and I was thinking as you're reading it, I'm like, why?
What?
It may sound bad, but why are they still around?
I don't know. I'm
not trying to say it to be a jerk. I'm more like they move here, move there, move here, move there, move there. I'm like, what do you? I don't get why they're still there to an extent.
I have no idea. I mean, who knows? There could be some back behind the scene deals with those guys that or maybe a family member or something, or I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Who knows?
I mean, we've said it before. We've all eaten there.
I never have. I honestly haven't. But
you never have?
No, but I walked in there last time because I was going to go. Maybe I'll grab a sandwich and coffee. But we ended up going somewhere else. And I love sandwiches, so I want to try it, and we'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, right. Last news item here. Disneyland plans new Encanto musical show. Disney auditions post roles for a new limited run Encanto entertainment offering coming to DCA. Disneyland is preparing to tap into the Oscar-winning animated film Encanto with a new musical production starring Maribel and her sister singing along to the original soundtrack by Hamilton corrector Lin-Manuel Miranda. The Disney auditions posting seeks a Maribel lookalike vocalist and actress, as well as Isabella and Luisa lookalike characters to perform on stage. Disneyland Resort is always exploring new ways to bring favorite stories to life, like the introduction of characters Isabella and Luis Madrigal. I'm saying that wrong.
Madrigal.
Okay. Yeah, her from the Walt Disney Animation Studios in Kanto, according to Disney.
Magical.
Yeah.
Magical. Okay, Disney Resort looks forward to sharing more details at a later date. I assuming Udi's not happy with this.
No, it's not that I'm not happy. I mean, again, to me, I don't. Those kind of on-stage things. To be honest, maybe shocking, but I'd probably go watch that.
Okay.
Because I can sit there and enjoy a live play. I like that. I don't have to necessarily be a fan of the movie because I just think, but it doesn't mean that the play isn't going to be well done.
Yeah.
And it's something that can be entertaining. So the movie I just couldn't make it through because I found boring. Like, it was boring, but there's something to be said about the live part of it. And if you've never been to, if people, you haven't been to a live performance, it's just different.
Yeah.
You can only get so much from a TV screen or a movie screen. And once you go to a live thing of anything, it changes it completely. Your perspective is completely done. So, I mean, I'll even tell you this, like, how many people can watch professional golf on TV other than golfers, like avid golfers? I'm sure your husband, you can, Becky, but if you've ever gone, I went to many years ago to a senior PGA tour up here, not too far from here. And it was fascinating and fun to be there.
Cool.
In person for golf.
Yeah.
I'm watching, you know, guys just hit the ball and you're like, whoa. And so that's why people like with hockey, with NHL, I tell people like, oh, no, I don't like it, I can't fall. I'm like, well, then come to the game with me.
Mm-hmm.
And once you come to the game, you begin to see the other aspects of it. So the same thing applies here. And even though the story may be one that I'm like, but watching a live performance of it and how they do that and watching the actors act it out and sing is incredibly cool to watch. I enjoy that theatrical presentation. So yeah. I'd go.
And I think it's also long overdue to have something back in theater over there. That's
Agreed.
where it's going to go then, the Hyperion. And I also think it's a good direction to see Disney casting for entertainment because it has felt like they have been getting rid of those entertainment aspects for a long time. And to me, that is something that really separates us from Universal Studios.
Yeah, for sure.
Some of those other parks is that, and I know that they have entertainment, but it's never hit quite the same as Disney's. And I think it's a good direction to see them doing that.
Agreed.
We need that.
Agreed.
Absolutely.
And personally, I do think that show would be great on stage. There is a Disney Plus show where they did something at the Hollywood Bowl and had the voice actors of Frozen come and do singing. It's like a concert at the Hollywood Bowl, and it was very entertaining. I actually watched it a couple times. I liked it. Nice.
But no, you're right. I think themed shows or something and themed entertainment there at Disneyland is, I know they've been cutting corners here and there, but they need to keep, but they need to stop doing that and start adding more to that, because you're right, that is another thing that separates Disneyland from Magic Mountain or Universal or something like that. Well, definitely Magic Mountain, but
definitely Magic Mountain, and not to mention how many people can fit in there to watch a show.
Yeah.
And that gives people, that's another place for crowds to be.
Sure. Yeah. Yep. Absolutely. Yeah. Okay, well, that is actually all we had for the news on episode 202. So, any final thoughts before we send it over to our interview?
I'm excited for the interview.
Yes. And
me too.
Yes.
I hope that everybody listening, you guys are as excited as we are and really enjoy it.
Yes. And and just stay tuned for some good news coming out of that. All right, well, let's head on over to the feature presentation.
And now for our feature presentation.
Hey, LTP listeners, welcome to the feature presentation. Today we are joined by, hopefully, one of our new friends. This is Shelly from the Roc Inn and Suites. Hey, Shelly.
Hi, everybody. How are you doing?
Shelly.
Hi.
Hello.
We are doing great. We are doing great. So Shelly's here because, well, start off, the little background here is, I don't know, probably 20 episodes, 15 episodes ago, we found out about this Inn and Suites from one of our listeners, Dan. He mentioned he had been to the Eden Roc, and I go, oh, I've never been there. He said it was really cool. So on my next trip, Wendy and I drove down, we flew down and we checked it out and hung out there for probably 3 days, talked to the people that worked there, just get to know them a little bit, took some pictures, and I really loved it. And I was like, okay, this is a hotel, this is a property that I can absolutely like get behind. So I don't know, I sort of reached out to them a little bit, and here we are with Shelly. So hey, Shelly, how's it going?
It's going well. Thanks for having me on the show.
Yes, any time. So let's get into a little bit about the Eden Roc. So a little bit about the property, like maybe you can do a better description than I can, for it.
Sure. So Eden Roc actually has a really long history in Anaheim. It started off as 2 separate hotels. They actually opened in 1957, just 2 years after Disneyland.
Oh.
And they were built to house construction workers that were working at the park. So we have been in the area since 1957. At some point, I believe it was in the 90s, the 2 buildings combined into Eden Roc, which is why we have the 2 parking lots. And we are extraordinarily close to Disney. We are right across the street. I like to point out that at Pixar Place, Bing Bong is our next door neighbor, technically.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which is kind of cool. And the property itself, it's 85 rooms. It is a mid-century modern motel, so it does have outdoor corridors, a small swimming pool in the parking lot. But the insides of the rooms are huge. They are absolutely ginormous.
Yeah.
So cool. I love that. You had me at mid-century modern.
Yeah, I mean, the one of the things that I loved about it, I mean, and Shelly's right, it is super close. You can walk from door to security checkout on the west end of downtown Disney in like 8 to 9 minutes, just under 10 minutes. And most of that is waiting in line or waiting to cross the street. That's where like the big thing is. And I don't know. And at night it's just quiet. I mean, you can hear the fireworks, of course, but other than that, I didn't hear any road noise. It was nice and quiet. The rooms were big, and I'm thinking, my gosh, when Disneyland Forward gets going, this hotel is. I mean, Shelly, you must know it is right where it needs to be.
Yeah, we are going to actually be diagonally across the street from hopefully the 3rd gate, where all the concept art is. So we can see Pixar Place right from our property. And we can actually also see the Disneyland Hotel. So the parking lot on the back of Pixar Place and on the side of the Disneyland Hotel, where I believe they're doing downtown Disney parking at the moment.
Yeah.
That is where they want to put a new park. And what's really great for us at Eden Roc is that Pixar Place is on a public street. That public street is not part of the Disneyland Forward expansion, which means that we will still have access from that gate.
Awesome.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Yeah, right. And so Din Tai Fung was not open when I was there. Neither was that new security gate thing. But my guess is this hotel is super close to that. Is that correct, Shelly?
Yes. So when you leave the hotel to walk onto Disney property, the second you cross the street, that is property that Disneyland security monitors. So I really like it because it's super, super, super safe. I've stayed at a lot of places on Harbor, on Catella, where I've had to do the walk from the park back to the hotel, and you have to keep your wits about you.
A little bit.
Obviously, you still want to be safe, but on that side, it's a lot less populated. You're walking actually over one of the, if not the biggest hidden Mickey on property.
Yes.
Sidewalks.
Yeah.
That take you through. Yep, you're going right down that, and then you're only on public property from the crosswalk to the front door of the hotel.
Wow.
Wow.
That's awesome.
That's like a perfect location.
It is. That's perfect.
And when I was there was no coffee shop or anything, but I noticed there's a Coco's across the street. Is that Coco's gone?
The Coco's did close during COVID.
Oh.
However, they have had construction crews in there. I have a sneaking suspicion that we might have a mouse as a next door neighbor over there, but without any concrete evidence, I can't say anything.
Oh.
Wow.
However, what I do like is that if you're going from Eden Rock to the convention center, the Anaheim Convention Center, you actually pass Blossom, which is a coffee shop, a Coffee Bean and Tea Leaf, and a Starbucks, just walking that way. And if you come up through downtown Disney, Pixar Place actually has, I believe it's the Sketch Pad or the Artist Pad, their little quick service down there.
Oh, yeah.
They have amazing coffee inside the lobby at Pixar Place. You can also pop over into the Grand to get coffee. And then if you're walking up through downtown Disney, I believe there's 4 different places that offer breakfast.
Okay.
As a grab-and-go option.
Yeah, when I was there talking to one... What's that?
No matter where you're going, you're good coffee. It's like no matter where you're going, you're going to be passing coffee.
Oh, yeah. Right. When I was there, I went to the, I think I talked to his name was Carlos that works there. And
yes.
He had mentioned going to Blossom. So I went next door and grabbed the sandwich or breakfast sandwich and coffee. And it's super close. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, I want to say it's like maybe 300 feet.
Yeah.
Feet away.
Yeah, if that. Okay, so what with Disneyland Forward coming down the pipeline, are there any plans? You said it's 85 rooms right now. Are there any plans to maybe make it bigger or change it up or anything like that? Or is that anything that's down the pipeline?
At this time, we're planning to hold where we are as far as the construction goes.
Okay.
Because it's an older property, we do have a little bit more red tape to go through if we remodel or if we add on story.
Yeah.
So I do know that they're waiting for Disneyland Forward to materialize a little bit more. As you guys know, with Disney, they're just now announcing details for the Avengers ride that they announced at the last D23. So I know that we're kind of holding off on doing anything until we know exactly for sure what Disney's going to be putting in there.
Yeah, and I'm going to say kudos to you, Shelley, because that was just announced this morning, and so you are definitely on top of it. So,
yep.
Yeah, lots of people didn't even know that, but I'm glad that you did.
What happened? No, I'm
oh, no.
I'm kidding.
Yeah, so that was interesting, right? The King Thanos attraction,
I know.
I guess is what it's called. I don't know.
Well, we can talk about that another point, but
No, we're not here to talk about that at the moment. Let's talk about, Eden Rock and everything. And also we want to get to know Shelley a little bit. But before that, so do we have any sort of, do you want to make any sort of announcement that we could talk about for us?
Oh, yeah, definitely. So what we have managed to do is we got together and got as much magic as we could, gathered it from all around the property, maybe went next door and asked for a little bit of extra pixie dust, but we actually have a 30% off code that we can offer to your listeners. They can book directly through Eden Rock's website, and the code to do so is Eden Magic altogether.
Eden Magic. All right, LTP Nation and LTP family, listen up. If you are planning to go to the parks anytime soon, and I do recommend you do that, and you need a place to stay, if you're in the process of looking for a hotel that's close, then it's
you found it.
LTP approved. I mean, I went down there, paid my way, and would happily endorse it. Shelley is saying that now we will give an exclusive LTP discount of 30% off your entire stay.
Yeah, every single room night. There are a few blackout dates, but just in December. So,
what? Even for us, Shelley?
Yeah, for you guys too. Oogie Boogie Bash nights, during Disney After Dark events, all those guys are wide open for that discount.
Oh, wow. Thank you.
That is so cool. I'm so excited.
Yes, me too.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you.
It means a lot that you're doing this. And like I said, I had to go down there and verify it, and just to make sure that, I liked it a lot, and I think it's a great location, and I've told my friends about it, and hopefully in the spring, Udi and I can venture down there.
Yeah, we're going.
Yeah, and we will be staying there. There's just no doubt about that.
There's no way. There's no other place to go.
No.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because one of the things that is always one of the big question marks when you're going is where you're going to stay, and we've had that very, very often, and we've all gone in different times, obviously different times of the year, and we always have to find and hunt for a good spot. And so now it sounds like we've got that one out of the way, because we're all being Disney people. We have our trip lined up. We know where we're going to go, what we're going to do, how we're going to get into the park, all that kind of stuff. The only variables typically are where we're going to stay.
Where we're staying.
Not anymore.
Yeah.
We're good.
No, I am so excited. We're going to be going in September, so I will be booking pretty soon here.
And every room has a fridge and a microwave, right, Shelly?
Yes, so my favorite part about it is that every single room, without having to ask, you got the mini fridge, you got the microwave, you have the coffee maker, and a sink. So you can pretty much eat in your room as much as you want to. You can bring the leftovers from Downtown Disney, from Din Tai Fung, from any of the food trucks around, and have a way to reheat it.
That's
Awesome.
great. It also looks like you guys have family suites as well.
We do. Our family suites are absolutely ginormous. So these are the ones that I would recommend if you're coming for a convention, if you're a cosplayer or a vendor, or you're doing like the Natural Food Products Expo and you have merchandise that you're bringing with you. There's room for it in those rooms. Same thing if you're doing like a sports team, if you guys have soccer equipment or cheer equipment. Or if you're like me and you bring outfits for every single day that you're going into the theme park and you want to lay them out, you have room for it, which is really nice.
Yeah.
And the rooms are definitely much, much bigger than you would expect them to be. Somebody made a comment that you could ballroom dance in them.
Oh, wow.
And the first time I opened up the door to see the rooms, I was like, oh, they weren't exaggerating. You could ballroom dance in here.
Yeah.
That is so cool.
Yeah,
that is, and it is hard. I have 2 daughters, and it is hard to find rooms that are large that can accommodate a family. Mine are still toddlers, and so you're coming in with all of your toddler stuff, your strollers, and I realize going with them, it's really nice to be able to bring a stroller in, not have to break it down every time you're in and out.
Yeah, and what's really nice too is that you can push it from the park all the way into the room, which is like the best.
Yeah.
Yes.
Absolutely.
No holding up for that tram.
Yep. I'm super stoked about this, and I cannot wait to just announce it on social media, and we'll do that when this show releases.
When this drops, yeah.
Yeah, we do the timing thing.
Yep. All right.
Oh, that's going to be so exciting.
Yeah,
and I did time it. So obviously as a past cast member, I am a little local, but we do like to do staycations pretty often.
Okay.
So I actually have timed from walking from the park gates, skipping the tram and walking to friends where our cars were is actually more time than it takes to walk from the front gates of the park to Eden Rock.
Holy crap.
Wow.
It was 4 minutes faster.
Nice.
Down to the minute. I love it.
Nice. So yeah, let's just shift gears for a second and get to know you a little bit, Shelly. So you said you worked at Disneyland for 10 years?
Yes, so I actually worked for the Walt Disney Travel Company, which is kept just a little bit off-site, but I had been with the company for 10 years before I ended up leaving and changing roles. I did everything from booking reservations with the travel company, so I would be the person that you would get when you called, all the way through working for Internet Help Desk. I also used to be what we called a super member of the team. I booked all of Disney World as well, so I'm very familiar with all their properties.
Nice.
Also did recreation, dining, ticket sales, annual pass support. And then we were the department that that supported the Disneyland app, the My Disney Experience app, and our manager actually moved on to become the project manager of the Play app itself.
Oh,
so
wow.
Yeah, so we had a lot of fun behind the scenes there. So I still love Disney, still go all the time.
Okay, awesome. This is excellent information. We haven't met someone. We have met a few people that have worked there, quite a few, but never anyone on your side of the world.
Yeah, no.
That's super interesting. And I would have never thought that one group would be responsible for so much.
Yeah, we started off as an extension of the Disney World call center. So I believe they're called Disney Central now. Is the name of the department out in Florida that handles it. But there was, there've been hurricanes and power outages along the years. And at one point, I believe the power to Orlando and Tampa were out, and the only people on the phones were those who had power from working at home and us out here in California. And so we had about, I think it was between 10 to 15 team members at the time, but we just hunkered down and just went straight at it and hopefully helped save some vacations. So
yeah.
Wow.
That's awesome. Okay, Shelley, so we're going to have to ask you some important Disneyland questions, which is what we do with all of our guests. So typically there aren't wrong answers. I'll tell you if you're wrong, but no, I'm just joking. Okay, so we've got about maybe 7 questions.
Is it 7 now?
It could be.
It's increased.
It changes, but there's some core stuff. Okay, Shelley, what are your 3 favorite attractions? Like, if these attractions aren't running, you're saying I'm not going today.
Okay, so I can tell you my first favorite just straight off the bat is the railroad. I am obsessed with trains the same way Walt was.
Wow.
I understand him tearing up flower beds to put his little train in.
Yeah.
I do not feel bad for his wife. The train needed to have a space to go.
Okay.
I've been up to his barn. Like, I absolutely love the train. And if you can do stairs and you can get access into the Main Street train station, they actually have a lot of stuff up on display, a lot of historical items. That's actually my favorite spot to hide when it rains in the park.
Oh, yeah.
It's up in there. 3. Okay, what's the other ones?
A good call.
Honestly,
that's a good call about that train station.
Oh no, absolutely. I've commented often. I try to end at one point during any trip that I have. I try to be there either one time during the day and one at night, and look down Main Street. And I always have that kind of sense of awe that I'm standing there. I'm like, Walt stood like right here.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And one of the and no matter how many times I've done it, I always like sit in awe of that location and understanding what all of that is. It's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And there is no better vantage point than up on the steps at the Main Street station looking down.
Yep.
I mean, it's amazing.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
I agree with that. And on less busy nights too, I know when they are super popular, sometimes they'll rope that off for VIP seating.
Yes.
But yeah, if they don't have the need to do it, they won't, and it's open to guests. So I like to sneak up there and check and see if I can get my little seat.
Absolutely. And they have that great map in there too, that actual live map where it'll show like where the trains are around the park.
Yeah, I love that. A lot of people don't know that too.
I know. And I point that out and they go, what? I go, no, there it is right there. So anyway.
I love that one.
Yeah.
For the other 2 attractions, honestly, I'm going to stay on Main Street. The Main Street vehicles are absolutely one of my favorite things to do.
Okay, we have never had that.
Never had that one.
So my thing that I love about the Main Street vehicles, and actually it ties back to like what you said about Walt standing at the train station, the fire engines that they used there were the ones that Walt rode on. That you see the pictures of him, so you can go sit on Walt's fire engine and take the same route that he took.
Yeah. And
And that's not part of the VIP tour. That's not behind a paywall. Like, it's super cool just to be able to sit in there. You know, as you guys know, the omnibus was designed for Disneyland, which I think was really, really cool.
Yeah.
But a big thing that I've really liked that they've started doing recently is they have started bringing the Main Street vehicles out during the last 2 to 3 hours of the park closing.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either.
Yeah, so I've been, and you know, we never know if it's a surprise and delight thing because you know they're not listed on the app or anything.
Right. Yeah.
But I cannot tell you how good that fire engine is at the end of the day when your feet hurt. And it's taking you through the crowd, past all the stores that want your money, and dropping you right off at the front. And another thing that I really like is they've started having Mickey and Minnie ride on those as a farewell at night.
Epic.
Oh, I love that.
I love that too. Yeah.
It's really cute. I really like it.
Okay.
And then what, the third one? Ooh. The third one, I am going to actually say Indiana Jones.
Good answer.
I remember being a kid when it opened.
Yep.
I was
Right
there
there.
for opening. We had to stand in line for a really long time, and I was super scared, and I rode it with my eyes shut, and my mom was so upset that she made me go stand in line again to ride it. And I was like, this is awesome! I can't believe it! But I mean, I'll still go through with like the little decoder card sometimes.
Oh, yeah.
Pass
Oh, yeah,
me
yeah,
in
yeah.
the queue, and yeah, I love the lore around that ride. The Jungle Cruise is a very close fourth for me, though. I have to say that little area is my favorite.
Love it. Yeah. Well, yeah. Absolutely. I've mentioned that quite a few times being my favorite. Because it's one of the few, well, there's several spots, but coming out of Indiana Jones and you're still in the temple and then the Jungle Cruise on your right and you're still under the canopy of all the trees. To me, I feel like, man, I'm not in Anaheim.
Yeah, no. And I could, you know, I want a bench there so I can just be there for a hot minute. You know what I mean?
I want a bed right there.
I want to take that more. I want a tent right there.
Oh, okay. You beat me there. You want a tent right there.
Yeah, I would live there. And something I'm sure you guys know this already, but what I really like about the Jungle Cruise is also that it's its own unique functioning ecosystem.
Yes. Yeah. Yes, it is.
Yeah. And so it's so cool, just that little part, like you said, right when you're walking out, you have the real prop of the truck on your left. You have the Jungle Cruise on your right with its own ecosystem. You can watch the boats going through, and it's just you don't feel like you're in anywhere else but Adventureland.
Yeah.
Yes. Awesome.
No, and honestly, I like that you touched on the decoder part of Indy. How many people don't know that anymore? They go running through that queue, and I always, and I said it before on the show off and on, like, everybody, slow down a bit. Enjoy that queue. Enjoy that queue. You know what I mean? Like, take your time through it and walk through it and look at everything, because it is a long queue that was designed to kind of entertain you as you're going through there while they're expecting you to be there for a minute.
Yeah.
And, you know, I get why Disney sped up the process to get people loaded on and off, but, man, so many people just miss all the details in there.
Yep, for sure.
Yeah, that's one of those really sad casualties from the Fast Pass system being brought in, is that they don't have a good merge point for the Fast Pass line, which is why they keep everybody out in the courtyard area where they let you in.
Yes.
But yeah, that queue is just, like, I remember my dad sneaking ahead and hiding behind corners to, like, scare us.
That's awesome.
And every time I see somebody on vacation doing it, whether it's, like, you know, a dad or a little kid or something, and it just makes me laugh every single time because it's just such a funny moment.
Oh, yeah, no, it's great going through that, winding through that little cave area. Oh, man, it's so good.
Yeah.
I mean, then you come out to where they're digging, the guy in the well. I mean, oh, man, so many good things. And a lot of people don't know, again, that truck coming out is
a prop,
an actual movie prop. When you tell people, they're like, no way. I'm like, yeah, there you go.
Mercedes, I think.
Yeah, it's just absolutely stunning in that area, and the whole Adventureland is done so thoughtfully, especially with the Swiss Family Robinson theme of the treehouse.
Yeah, it's
and the tie-in to the Sea Organization, and then pulling that over to the eating area of Bengal. It's so cool to see that.
Awesome.
You know, when they went through and they kind of opened that area up, because that was always the thing. You know, you had that little kind of bottleneck, which always kind of made it difficult to go through there. Once they kind of alleviated that a bit, and then they added the hideaway. Man, did that whole area just improve?
Oh yeah,
it was already great, but adding all those touches, and expanding that area, I mean, it was great. My mom's favorite was Tiki Room anyway, so we spent a lot of time in that land because she loved it. So yeah, it is great land. I mean, like most of them are.
Yeah.
Yeah, that has a special place in my heart. I actually was proposed to in Aladdin's Oasis before they changed it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was after they closed it to guests for the public, so technically it was backstage. But I remember watching Aladdin and Jasmine do storytelling back there when I was a little kid. And yeah, that is hands down my favorite little corner of the park.
Absolutely, yes. That whole area is just phenomenal for me.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Next question. Shelley, what is your favorite restaurant and what is your favorite snack or snacks?
Oh, my favorite snack right now is the buffalo dip that you can get in front of the castle on the hub.
What?
They have the place that sells turkey legs and the roasted corn.
Is that Maurice's Treats over there? Is that what you're talking about?
No, it's actually on the hub itself. So it's a green cart. It faces Maurice's Treats, though.
Okay.
Like, if you're in Maurice's Treats and you turn right and walk straight towards the statue in the center,
yes,
you'll see it.
Okay.
And they normally have a giant sign that you can post for pictures with that says something about pickles on it. But they sell this buffalo chicken dip, and I hope Disney does not hear this because it is my favorite snack that is cheaper than a churro.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's just loaded with chicken. It's like $5.50, I want to say, and it comes with bread. And like I've actually eaten that for lunch before.
Oh, okay.
So that's my favorite.
So good.
It is so freaking good. And I'm like, what the heck? And you never want to make that at home because then you make a giant pot of it. So it's so nice having it right there.
Jeez.
There is we have a guy that comes on the show. His name is Jay, and he covers our food. And then we've also had another cast member, Philander, and Philander said you got to be careful when you find a favorite in Disney because sooner or later they're going to take it away from you.
Yeah.
They do.
Yeah, no, and they did that to me because my favorite has been the 3 cheese enchiladas from Rancho del Zocalo forever.
Oh, I know.
And then they got rid of them, and they're gone now. I mean, I wept.
So sad.
Yeah, I wept. See, look, I wept tears that day.
Yes, you did.
It's just like watching Bing Bong disappear,
Oh, man.
You know it's going to happen at some point, but you're not ready for it when it does.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Ooh, as far as favorite dining location, I do go on a rotation because my mom, she lives far away, so every time she comes, I try to take her to the Blue Bayou.
Okay.
Just because I remember, she loves the atmosphere in there. But my personal pick, honestly, is going to be Lamplight Lounge at DCA.
Yeah.
A lot of people sleep on it, and it is hands down one of my favorite places, especially when it's hot outside, or if you are eating dinner a little later, you can actually time it so that you can watch World of Color from there.
Okay.
What's your favorite thing to get there?
Yeah, I was just gonna ask that.
Oh, they have the ever popular lobster nachos. But I don't eat seafood, so a lot of people don't realize this. You can substitute it for chicken or steak, and it is amazing.
Oh.
So I've been eating that, and then their potato skins too. Like, I would not have thought that potato skins would be like on my best of menu, but here we are.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are absolutely amazing. My favorite quick service place, though, and a lot of people sleep on this one too. It's actually the Craftsman.
Oh yeah,
grill over at the over at Grand Californian.
Yes.
So a lot of times when we're over in California Adventure, we'll actually go into the hotel and over to their quick service location, get the food to go, and then come back into the park.
Yes. Wow. So that used to be Whitewater Snacks, right?
Yes, it did.
Yes, and that is a hidden gem because it is quiet in there and it's air conditioned. And when I was there last, you can just get like all you want to drink, like a refills. I'm not sure if they do that anymore, but you could just easily self-serve, get your own.
Wow. Yeah, they still let you.
Oh, okay.
It's really nice. I always double check just in case. I'm like, is it okay if I get a refill? Yeah. But you know what? I also forgot. Taronga Terrace over at the Disneyland Hotel.
Oh, yeah.
The quick service attached to Trader Sam's. That's my favorite breakfast on property right now is there.
Go ahead, Mark.
Jay mentioned that,
yeah,
right?
He did. That's what I was going to say, the same thing.
Oh, yeah, but what was it he had mentioned?
I just remember him saying, like, oh, my gosh, we got to go there. I hadn't thought about that before.
No. But
yeah, it's a lot of, like, Hawaiian-based food.
Oh, yeah. Trader Sam's is one of our like staples. We go there once on every trip, and we get a cocktail and something to eat. I love those green beans. Udi hates them, but I don't like them. He's never tried them.
No, I don't like them.
He's never tried them.
They're green. I'm like, no, thank you.
You gotta get a poo-poo platter and try them.
Oh yeah, you totally do. Yeah. Okay, so those are some awesome answers there. You're going to have to check out Lamplight Lounge because that's one of the places that we've walked in, but we didn't have reservations. Remember that time this just opened up?
Mm-hmm.
My little trick is always to ask them if there's bar seating available. Their bar is huge.
Yeah.
It takes up almost the entire room, and the way that they have it built is really nice. It's very private. And I have never seen the bar full in my life.
Okay. So just
good to know.
So ask if there's any bar seating. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that is some pro tips, and I love that.
Another pro tip, yeah.
Okay, Shelley, next question, important question. Do you like Disneyland better at day or night?
Oh, it used to be night, hands down, but as I've gotten older, rope drop has become more and more fun to me. Because I've
wrong answer, Shelley.
That opening to close, we call it clopening.
Yeah.
When we do rope drop to close, those days I think are firmly back in my youth.
No.
I get so tired around the midday mark now that it is nap time. And sometimes, honestly, I will actually leave the park, especially if I don't have like a little table or area that, inside of air conditioning is kind of hard to find in some of the sections of the park. I'll actually go over to the Grand and get food and hang out in their lobby for a couple hours.
Oh, there you go.
Just cool off, and then pop back into the park for the fun stuff.
So, LTB listeners, if you happen to book your trip with Eden Roc, guess what? You're only like 10 minutes away from the Eden Roc, so you can do what Shelley does and just go back and lounge around in one of the bigger rooms there.
Yeah.
Yeah. That is exactly what I have done before.
Okay.
We have left the park to go sleep at Eden Roc and then right back in.
I love that. That's good. That's awesome.
Speaking of going to Grand California, have you eaten at their Hearthstone Lounge?
Yes, that is an amazing place, and they actually just remodeled it a little bit, so it looks really good.
Yeah, I've seen it a few times. I've never had a meal there, but I know that they stay open like till midnight most nights, and it looks like their menu is really, really expansive. So.
Yeah, it's really nice because they actually, I believe they use the same kitchen that the room service does.
Oh, okay.
Oh. Which is why they're able to be open so late, which is really, really nice, especially on your way out, because a lot of the eateries do close at 9.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But another really cool thing about Hearthstone Lounge is that you can get an alcoholic beverage and wander around the lobby.
Yeah.
You can just take it with you.
Yes, take it with you, and maybe if someone's playing the piano, you can lounge around in there and
my mind went.
It's the closest to Epcot we will get.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Where'd your mind go?
My mind goes to an old-fashioned walk around. That's like perfect.
An old-fashioned, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
That's what my wife orders. She gets an old-fashioned.
There we go. Great minds. That's awesome. Yeah, I love those.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard the one at Centrico is really nice too.
Really? I had a really good one the other night, but it wasn't on property. It wasn't on property.
Well, yeah. Okay, so morning time for Shelley. Okay.
I don't. Mark, I don't know how you feel about that.
Oh no. We all have different answers. I like the nighttime, and I like to know where people like to go at night, like where they want to be when that magic hour happens. And
oh man, well we're actually I have a park reservation for tomorrow, and we just had a discussion. Hey, do you want to rope drop until we get tired and leave, or do you want to go at like 4 or 5 and close the park?
Yeah.
We're actually going for the nighttime stuff.
There you go.
Nice.
I want to see the fireworks before they change over to the Halloween stuff. Tomorrowland at night is so pretty.
Yep.
Like, I will never get over seeing the lagoon lit up with all the submarines and the Matterhorn right there, and the monorail going. And
oh my God, yeah.
Yeah, it's just something about it. Just like, yeah, I love going over to Tomorrowland at night and just hanging out.
Yeah.
I mean, I've talked about Tomorrowland quite often. We all have, and it goes back to my childhood. That Tomorrowland was the place that called you and called me. As a kid going through the bright lights. You had the rocket, and I mean, oh man, I just remember all that being so lit up, and you just get drawn into that. Space Mountain illuminating the back. I mean, goodness gracious.
Mm-hmm. And it's a different vibe at night, as what Shelley was saying. Yeah.
It is.
Yeah, I love it too, because when they do have the dance parties going on, or they do have the bands going on the stage.
Yes.
Galactic Grill is such a good location because you can sit back and still watch all the action, or you can be right in the middle of it.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, yeah.
And I love having that option. There's actually a little table section if you're walking into Galactic Grill and you're taking that little ramp up on the left-hand side to come into it.
Okay, yeah.
There are actually tables and chairs, and that's my favorite spot to sit at night, and you can look all the way down the thoroughfare.
Yes.
Of Tomorrowland and just see people walking in and out. It's so pretty.
Yeah, right. And you're right by the Starcade, and they have that classic Mickey Mouse neon light thing
going across.
Yeah, that's a sequence light.
They can never change that.
No. Are they
if
still?
They do, I will cry.
Oh, I'm with you. I'm like, no. I mean, yeah.
They still call that the Starcade, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, but. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I would like to sign a petition to bring the Starcade back. Disney, if you're listening.
Yeah. No.
I know you have that Wreck-It Ralph game back there. I've seen it. It needs to come back.
Yeah, there is room back there. Like, bring it back. I do miss that. Going up the I don't know if you want to call it the escalator, but yeah, oh man.
The escalator's not there anymore, is it? No,
they changed that to what did they do up there with that upper area?
Oh, now that's just like a queue line for Space Mountain.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know. I'm like, what a waste of space.
Oh yeah. Oh my God.
Let them wait on the concrete.
There you go. I got no problem with making them wait. Like I'd rather play. Yeah. No, I remember going in there, and you always had to walk around, and we would always want to go into the Starcade. Yeah.
Yep. Okay, Shelley, so next question. So let's say you are going to bring a friend into the park, and they're like, Shelley, I don't want to go because Disneyland is too expensive. I don't get it. It's for adults. I don't understand it. I don't really want to go. Where are you going to take them that best exemplifies what Walt was trying to achieve with Disneyland? And what are you going to show them, and where are you going to take them?
We are going to mobile order from Tiana's Palace because they pack it up to go.
Okay.
And then I'm going to take them on the Mark Twain for a loop, and then we're going over to Tom Sawyer's Island to sit and look at the park from there.
Huh.
That is hands down what I'm going to do with them.
That is a very well thought out answer.
I've had to do it for many people in my life, and I have turned every single one of them into a Disney adult. So
that is such an awesome answer.
No, you think about that. You pause for a moment and you think about the view you get from Tom Sawyer's, right?
Yes.
Man, and you can take in the park from an angle that people don't see, and then you can look at the beauty of it. And the design of it, the beauty and the design of it too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, honestly now, the second you said that, my mind went right back to that view in my head because I've done it so many times. Last time I did was with you, Mark.
Yeah.
And Mark could barely fit in through the tunnels. That was pretty funny. But anyway.
Yeah, I can't. I'm like 6'4", and I cannot fit through those tunnels whatsoever.
That was pretty funny.
They scare me now that they have all the pirate stuff in them. I get scared every time.
Oh, I love it. No, but but going back to that, no, I mean that is an absolutely great answer.
Yeah, it's just something about that itty bitty little corner of the park, like the Mark Twain and the Rivers of America, that has all been there since the park opened. And I feel like finally the trees are mature enough, the shrubs are mature enough, and I know that section has gone through so many reiterations.
Yeah.
They had Hollywood or Holiday Land back there in the day. They had,
look at you pulling some Disney history out. Yeah.
Oh, I love the idea of Holiday Land. But yeah, they had all sorts of stuff back there in the day, and just something about the energy over there is just really good.
Yes.
And there's something to be said too, if you're going to Disney with people who don't like crowds, people who don't like kids, people who don't want to spend a lot of money, put them on Tom Sawyer's Island. There's almost nobody on that island.
Yeah.
They can observe it from there, and a lot of times that's where we'll start talking about like how you can, if you look 360, you don't have a sight line out of the park.
Yeah.
About how immersive it is, about all the plans that they had, and the fact that somebody cared enough to push for that is like amazing to me.
You are, oh man, you are so spot on, because I've talked about it often, and I say it often, that when you're on the rivers of America, I mean, it's amazing to me when you can be on the canoe, and you paddling the canoe, and you completely 100% forget that you're in the middle of Anaheim.
Right.
There is exactly the sight lines, and I think the technicality behind sight lines and how people don't even realize it's happening, and how the importance of making sure that your immersion doesn't get broken. And then that is, I mean, you're on a treasure island in the middle of the city. When you stop and you think about that, and you realize, I'm in the middle of the city and I don't feel like it, like not even anything. You don't hear anything out there.
Right.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, you'll hear the Mark Twain, you'll hear the Columbia, but I mean, you'll hear the train, but that is just like ambiance to the area. Sounds that just add to it all.
Yep.
That is so cool.
Something about the kinetic energy too in that area. Seeing the boats move, seeing the water move, seeing thunder go through, and, being able to watch the bands and the roaming pirates. Oh yeah, the roaming pirates show up on Tom Sawyer's Island quite a lot, actually.
Oh.
The pirate band does.
Yeah.
The Bootstrappers.
Yeah.
And my absolute favorite time was I was on the island, and for some reason Jack Sparrow was wandering around. And he stole my laptop because I was working. He stole it, picked up my laptop, and then put it in a bush and ran away.
Oh, my God.
It was just like, I was by myself. There was, it was hilarious. I felt like I was 6-7 years old. I was like, oh my gosh, a pirate. And then I got pirated.
You got pirated.
And he's just running around doing his thing, looting, chasing parents around, and it was just such, such a cool moment. And it's like that island, I've never regretted going over to it, especially when you're bringing your food with you.
Yeah.
That's such a great idea.
No, man, and bringing up that highlights another thing of why Disneyland is different.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But it's funny. We all have different answers for that. But they're all different. They're all unique, and but there's never a wrong one. So it's great to learn that. That's something I will have to do. Keep that in mind next time.
Oh yeah.
I don't know when I'm bringing someone who hasn't been or is anti Disneyland. But
you're taking me, right?
Yeah, you're not anti Disneyland.
I'm kidding.
Okay. So what is your favorite ride vehicle? Okay, you can't say the train, but what is your favorite ride vehicle?
Ooh, that one's difficult.
Finally, I got you a difficult question.
I will say, if I had to do it, this is kind of cheating, but the carousel, I think those are so cool. The fact that they're all hand carved and maintained.
Yeah.
And yeah, just like the fact that they just have thousands of people on that ride per day,
Mm-hmm.
and it looks like brand new.
Oh yeah.
There's something about it. I will say though, I would like to have a special consideration for the most terrifying ride vehicle, being Astro Orbiter.
Oh.
I feel like I'm gonna fall out of that thing every single time. I know I'm not, but that scares the absolute, like, the Jesus out of me. Every time I'm on that thing, I'm like, how do little kids get on this ride by themselves?
Oh, I hear you on that. Astro Orbiter.
Getting out looked beautiful. Everybody looks so graceful exiting that thing.
Oh,
too.
I know. Yeah. Yeah, for me, it's the Astro Orbiter and Goofy's Flight School. I just cannot fit in those.
Goofy's Flight School, I think, is, other than Mickey's Wheel of Death, is the scariest thing in that park.
Oh my God.
I would rather ride Guardians of the Galaxy 80 times in a row than go on Goofy's Flight School.
Oh, yeah, that thing scares me like crazy. I just feel like, dude, this thing never crashes, but the one time it's going to crash, it's going to be when I'm on it. And it's like...
It's just so small. And the way that it whips around that, like, snake back and forth at the very top of it, just, like, I do not believe I'm going to get off that ride every time I get on it.
It's awesome.
But yeah, Mickey's Wheel of Death is also scary, so I'll give it that.
Yeah, for sure. That one scares me as well.
Yeah, you have that in common with Jess. You want to get on. Oh, I've been that guy who's like, hey, let's get on the swinging one.
Yeah, I've been on it a few times, but I don't like it.
Oh, I love it.
I've done the swinging side twice, and the last time I had to keep it together because there was a sweet little girl, maybe 4 or 5 years old, who was really scared sitting across from us.
Man.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I had to pretend like I wasn't gonna die, but
yeah,
her and I had a moment together.
There
We
you
were
go.
both scared.
There you go. Yeah, whenever I go on that and people like stand up, I'm like, please sit down. Do not rock the cabin. Please just sit down. Don't do anything.
And there's no height requirement. You can bring your infant on the swinging side, which is nuts to me.
I didn't realize that.
Isn't that crazy?
That is loco. Yeah.
Yeah, I rock the cabin.
Yeah, Udi rocks the cabin.
I do.
Oh, you're one of those guys.
I am.
Yeah. Causes trouble.
Yep. I got no problem being that high and doing that.
You're like, here's your cage.
Yeah, I know. Like, oh, you put me in the cage and I can swing around? All right, done.
But such a pretty view from up there.
Oh,
like,
it is.
If you can get out of your head, and at least go into like the stationary ones.
Mm-hmm.
I've never seen such a pretty view before, especially like looking out in the Cars Land and stuff. Is so pretty.
Yeah. Yes. Oh my gosh, absolutely, and especially at night too.
Oh yeah. It is very good. Yep.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, Shelley, we have learned a lot from you, and I'm actually really enjoying talking to you. I mean, you definitely know your stuff about Disneyland, and this is great. This is absolutely great. Are you a Magic Key holder then? You must be.
I am now, and I hate to say it because I haven't had to pay to get in so long. but yeah, I grew up going to Disneyland as a little kid. Actually was raised about 30 minutes away from the park, and we were homeschooled. So I remember being dropped off at the before DCA was there, being dropped off at front gates.
Oh yeah,
and my mom would drop us off and then go grocery shopping and do errands and then pick us up. So
wow, I never had that.
Yeah, like I wrote my book reports about Tom Sawyer on Tom Sawyer's Island.
Yeah.
I had an insanely enchanted childhood there, and then we moved to a different state, and then I moved back to the area about 12 years ago, and just it was like coming home. I mean, especially since my parents don't live in the state anymore, that was the place that I had all of my memories with my family.
Mm-hmm.
When I miss them, I go there. If we don't have plans for Thanksgiving with friends, we go there.
Oh yeah.
It's turned into such a beautiful place, and I'm so lucky working at Eden Rock that I can walk to the park for my lunch break if I want to.
Jeez.
Like, that's insane.
Yeah.
Like,
yes.
And I definitely definitely don't take it for granted, but that's one of the really, really nice things about that. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I have a magic key now. They got me.
Yep. Same here.
Well,
I got my magnet.
Yeah, I've got my magnet too. Yeah. Yep.
Well, I think one thing you said there, which is one of the reasons why I think a lot of people, we all connect with Disney, is because it does feel like home. We all have memories. Like mine is similar in the sense that I grew up about 40 minutes away from the park, and we would go quite regularly. My family would come from out of the country, and it was always like the automatic. We're gonna go here, and we're gonna go do this. We're gonna go to this beach, and we're going to Disneyland. And then we'll go over there, and then guess what? We're gonna go to Disneyland again. And it was always a thing like we're going to Disneyland. We did, and we went as a family. So it was always mom, dad, brother, sister, me, and then aunts, uncle, cousins, whoever was in tow. And it was always that formation of memories at that base level of childhood when you're a kid, and it just sticks with you. And then that's why and the fact that the park has changed but not, it's like that weird thing of like deja vu, but it does, no matter how old and we get and we begin to see the park in different ways and then different things are highlighted, that sense of home is still there. No matter what, and that's what is so awesome, man. So when you said that, I'm like, yep, I know exactly what you're talking about. No matter, you're always going home.
It gets you.
Yeah, you're always going home.
Yeah,
you're always going home. No matter what you're doing, you're going home. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's nice because it's like, there's these little nooks, like, I know exactly where the bench was on the hub where my dad and I would sit and people watch.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And, I know exactly what step on the porch that my dad would like to sit on. Mm-hmm. And, so it's like you walk through and you see all of that, but like you were saying about the park changing, it's like the section of Rivers of America that they retooled when they put Galaxy's Edge in.
Yep.
And all that sightline that they built up to hide Batu.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember what it used to look like
off
the top of my head.
I know.
Me either.
Yeah, me either.
Me either.
Like, I have no clue. And it's like, it feels like that was always there.
Yes.
And I love that.
Yeah,
I love it when people have a couple years between their visits and they see something new that they think was always there, because that shows that they built it correctly.
Exactly.
Yeah. I do.
It's just really nice.
They knocked it out of the park with that. I mean, that was one of the big concerns when they said, "Oh, we're gonna have to redo Rivers of America." We're like, "What?" And then they showed us that concept art, and I go, "Well, the concept art is pretty dang cool. If they can get anywhere near this, I'm okay." And they absolutely got it. I mean, they nailed it with that.
Yeah, because Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say that I learned to eat my words as far as holding off my opinions on retheming when they did Tower of Terror into Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh, man.
Because Tower of Terror, hands down, is my favorite ride at Disney World.
Right,
I will rope drop and just ride that thing until people start getting in line for it.
Right.
So when I found out that they were going to retheme it, I was heartbroken.
Same.
Because, because it was such a cool ride, and I loved the theming, and it fit so well. And the first time I rode on Guardians, I was shocked. I was like, that was so much fun, and it was better. How?
Oh, yep, absolutely.
No, I mean, you're absolutely correct. I think we had the same thing. We actually have a listener who, at the time, was a cast member. And he got us to remember the last, was it the last ride or last from
the final final checkout or late
checkout,
whatever, or late checkout, whatever it was.
I don't know if you saw those. It's a T-shirt that were cast exclusives, but he got us a couple. I got one. Mark has one.
Yeah, somewhere I have it.
But you're correct. I mean, we had the same thing. We had that. Oh man, what? And I remember when they closed it, and we had no idea what was coming in, and we're like, man, what are they doing with the building?
Yeah.
What is this black thing? And as it began to progress, we're like, what is going to happen? And then we're doing like, man, this thing better be better. This thing needs to be good, because Tower of Terror was one of the best things going. And then we've gone on it. And I think we all came off with that same exact thing, like, holy cow, it's better.
Yeah.
And it was shocking.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we had that conversation. Remember that one lady? I mean, it was probably a few years ago now. We were in line, and we were, that's one of the things about being in line with people, and you start having conversations with random people. And Mark is the inquisitive one.
Yeah.
And we heard a lady talking with her group about the transition back and forth, and Mark just kind of like ducked his head and goes, excuse me, but I got a question for you.
Yeah.
Which one do you like better? And she's like, Mission Breakout, hands down.
1,000,000 times better.
1,000,000 times better was her direct quote. And I went like, okay, well, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you can't sit on this and think like, oh, they're gonna mess it up or whatever, because Tower. I mean, that changeover was absolutely amazing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's the thing too, is that not everything's gonna be as good of a changeover as that. I do believe that there's a little bit of luck that goes into that as well.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I remember how upset I was, and then I was like, Guardians of the Galaxy, I love the movies, but I was thinking
yep.
Have enough people seen that? Is Grandma, who hasn't seen Guardians of the Galaxy, gonna understand the talking raccoon? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's just the way that they did the story, the way that they did the queue, the way they did the pre-show, the random selections on the ride, right? I believe it's 7 songs that they go through.
Yep.
They thought about who their target audience was. They thought about the fact that they have so many magic key holders and they have so many locals that come again and again. And they gave it a re-rideability.
Oh, for sure.
That a lot of the rides don't have. And I just, I absolutely lose it every time. I hear, Jackson 5 coming through. I'm like, yeah, it's my crap.
Oh, my God.
I always love trying to find the first time people too on that ride that don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Because it's just going on Rise of the Resistance with first timers.
Oh yeah.
Man.
We were lucky enough to ride it opening day.
Yeah, we got there opening day.
Yeah.
But I think Shelley was probably working for the company then when
I was fortunate enough that we got to do the cast preview.
Man.
And I had On Purpose, which was very, very difficult because at the time I was assisting people with Disney World things, including Rise of the Resistance, because that one opened up first.
Correct.
And so I had looked up zero spoilers. I had actively avoided anything.
Good for you. I did the same.
Yeah, the thing is with cast previews that I wish they had a way to give that experience to other adult guests.
Oh, yeah.
So when you do the cast previews, no kids. 0 kids. Everybody there is 18 up. Period.
Oh, okay.
And so it's all adults. And what was crazy is that most of the cast had not spoiled themselves on purpose.
Right.
So we went in there and it was quiet. All of us were quiet because, we're cast. We understand, that they have roles to do. They have, character objections. And they,
Correct.
Yeah. They have all this stuff. So we were, the audience was very respectful and ooh, what are they going to do? I have never felt so intimidated as I did when they started splitting us off into lines for the first time.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because nobody knew what the heck they were doing.
No.
Exactly. Oh, my God.
And I think it was because it was a cast preview. The cast that was working the ride, I think, just went for it. Because, because they knew they could be super in character with us and we would understand.
Yeah.
And, just the first order coming through and the way they were all standing and the way they were all talking and, getting off the ship and realizing that there's more queue to go through.
Yeah.
I was like, what is happening?
Oh my God.
And that hands down is if I go to Disney and I do one ride, that's the ride I try to do.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's just something about it and all the working parts. I was actually fortunate enough to also be part of the Imagineer testing for the Millennium Falcon ride.
Wow.
Ages before they announced Galaxy's Edge. We just did a seating thing, and the way that we were we're seated, you know, because they do the load tests with cast members to, it takes this long for everybody to do their seatbelts and get back out. And they do all sorts of testing and stuff, and they never tell you what it's for. And we were sitting there, and I remember turning to the person next to me and being like, the Falcon seats 6 in its cockpit, right? And them, just their eyes kind of getting bigger, and then come to find out, like, the first time I walked into the cockpit, I was like, it was the sitting test.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome.
I knew it.
Yes, such a cool story right there.
Oh man, that is very cool.
Yeah, that is honestly, I think, what I miss the most about the company is that they would have all sorts of play tests for the cast members to go through. Like they brought us back to do some stuff where we found out later it was for the Halcyon. For the games that they played on the main bridge. Yeah, and I got to fill out like opinion forms on that, and I'm like, oh, that's a really cool thing that I got to do that I probably would never go do.
Right,
yeah.
And so like, yeah, I miss that part of it, but there's something about going as a guest too, and forgetting where all the trash compactors live, and forgetting where the dumpsters are, and getting your magic back. So
sure.
It was really nice being able to come back as a guest.
Yeah.
So does Rise hit a little different now, or no? Same.
So I'm less intimidated and more curious.
Okay.
So
okay.
It turns into, and I mean, this is going to expose me as being the nerd I am. So I'm very, very involved with theater. I actually own a youth theater company out in the Midwest.
Okay.
And yeah, that's like the little side thing that we do. But
very cool.
But like, I rode Pirates one time. I asked for the back row. I rode that entire ride looking behind me at the lighting.
Oh.
And how they had lit things.
Yeah, no. Mark,
so
why haven't you done that?
Yeah, I started noticing when I ride things now, I go and I like start picking them apart. I look at set dressings. I look at the way that the costumes are hung. I look at lighting effects. I look at set design. I look at sight lines. And yeah, my favorite thing on Rise of the Resistance, though, is when you ride it with people who don't know about the end escape pod.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah.
I won't spoil it for anybody, but I always get excited, especially when it's like teenagers.
Oh, yeah.
That's my favorite. Or grandparents. Grandparents or teenagers.
Okay. Yeah.
Both are my favorite. And it's just like being able to experience that with somebody for their first time and knowing it's coming is like such a good, fun feeling.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I got the opportunity to do that. You know with who? Jess's mom and her aunt.
Oh, did you?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And they were terrified. Like, there's a drop in here. There's a drop in here. I'm like, Jess, you'll be fine. There's a drop in here. And then we get to that moment. Yeah, I'm not going to spoil it because there may be people. And we're locking in, and I'm like, and I have this grin, like, what's going to happen? Oh, man. And then you go through what you go through. And I'm like, when we came out, I'm like, wasn't that great? They loved it. Everybody who's ridden that, mind blown. My nephews, like my nieces. I mean, oh man, so good.
Yeah, it's just enough of a thrill element to really throw you off in a fun way.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
And it's really hard to balance that.
Yeah.
Especially with like a family park where you do have like grandma who might be 80-something years old riding something with a 7-year-old.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I love the fact that they did Rise the way that they did. I just wish there was. I really, really, really want a sit-down restaurant back there. And I want another attraction.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, all the stuff that I knew was coming that got reallocated.
You're bringing up topics that hurt right now.
Yes, you are.
I mean, I'm hoping that I don't know how closely you guys are following Epic Universe down in Florida.
Yep,
kinda, yeah.
But the footage that they have of the flying dragons over the How to Train Your Dragon section.
Yes, that looks amazing.
Yep.
I know for a fact that Disney knows how to do that stuff. and just hasn't.
Oh, jeez.
So
you're killing me here.
I mean, for whatever reason, whether it be creative or, I mean, it's probably budgets, because at the end of the day, it's always about budget.
Always about the money.
But I'm really hoping, I mean, you know, I'm a big fan of Universal's theme parks, which I did not realize I was going to become a fan of.
Yeah.
I always thought of them as like the other guys.
Right.
Yeah.
And I am here for the healthy competition. I think it's good for
I
Disney.
agree.
It keeps them on their toes.
I agree.
And
absolutely.
Who's going to complain about having more awesome theme parks to go visit,
Oh, yeah.
right? Like,
I'm gonna be
it's
so
good for
mad.
us.
Yeah.
I want to see them be in a rivalry and try to outdo
Oh, yeah.
each other.
Yep.
That's a win-win for us.
Yeah, and we've talked about it a few times that, you know, with that coming up, I mean, Disney has to. They've been sitting on top of the mountain for as long as they have, and you can relax up there. It can happen. It happens to everybody. You need that up and comer to kind of remind you and reignite that energy to keep going on top. And yeah, with that coming, I'm like, well, here we go. Like let the amusement park wars begin. I'm down for it. I'm here for it. Like, let's go.
Let's do it.
You're gonna go. Yeah. Go ahead.
One thing that makes me laugh is every time Epic Universe does an announcement, Disney reveals a new bus wrap for Walt Disney World. And that to me is like the funniest thing.
Yeah.
I laugh every time I see it happen because I'm like, they got some bus wraps back there.
Oh man, you know, I don't know. I don't want to go off on a tangent, but I will agree that the competition is good, and that Disney, for whatever reason, their game has been a little off, and that's okay. It happens, but it's time now. And we've been talking about it for a minute there, that it's time, like, let's go. Like, we know the creatives that are in there, the Imagineers and the minds behind all that kind of stuff. They're there.
Yeah.
And man, just, like, I feel like somebody's, like, just holding their hand, like, wait, hold on, not yet. And I'm like, okay, well, then let it go, man. Like bring it. Like, because I think all of us fans of the park are, like, ready for it. Like, you know, D23...
Tonight,
is right now. It's going on right now as we're recording this. Let's go, Disney. Like, come on, let's go. And I want something to cheer and be super excited about. I want to know about Disney Ford. I want to see what's going on there. I want to hear about the other park. I want to hear. Well, I want to hear what's going on in the other park domestically.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the domestic park, because we heard a lot about it overseas. I'm like, let's bring it home. And let's go. Like, this is where we're at. I mean, in Disneyland proper, because this is the always thing. It's the heart of the company. It's where it all began.
The Heritage Park, you call it?
No, I call it Disneyland proper. It's the heart. It's where it is. And I want to be stoked and be like amped and jacked that they're getting that. And we're gonna get this, and they're gonna do this, and I want Disney to deliver on that. And I know they can. Yeah,
that's the thing, is we know what they're capable of.
Yeah.
We have seen what they're capable of. I mean, gosh, just look at Cars Land.
Oh my, yeah.
That's a fully realized, fully imagined land, the care they put into that.
Yeah.
And, like, I've seen the Cars movie. Other than Lightning McQueen, I'm not a huge Cars fan.
Yeah.
But you don't have to be to appreciate that. And, like, I mean, Batu looks beautiful.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
But it looks like a movie set that they have not filled.
Mm-hmm. No, I agree.
There's not enough kinetic stuff, and you know that's the thing, is that, you know, if you look up and can kind of tell, there's stunt flooring installed everywhere.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Up on the upper level,
like,
like up the upper levels, near Oga's Cantina. There's different areas where you're like, you know, something was supposed to be there, a show, something. And then we have that back area that they basically use as standby queue for smugglers. Like, there's a pad back there, and then there's another big door. There are areas that we know.
Yeah, the infrastructure's there too.
Is there?
Yeah.
They have a pad. I walked on it. That you could build a restaurant right on that pad.
Yep.
And it is. It's like
Let's go.
Yeah, I feel like that. Like, come on, guys.
I
Like,
know.
it's there.
I'm like, the fact they time locked Batu, I understand where they were coming from with it, but how hard would it be to say that Batu exists on the edge of time and space?
Easy.
And then you're just like, can you imagine even if they did 6 months of the first trilogy and 6 months of the second?
I love this.
That, you know,
Yes.
like people want to go see Darth Vader. I want to go see Darth Vader.
Yes.
Like, I want to go see Luke running around looking like Peter Pan, you know, all blessed and stuff. Like,
yeah, put him in his Tatooine garb. Oh yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, just think about all the costumes Leia has, or seeing Han have a shootout with somebody.
Yeah.
You know, like,
You could do
I
Han.
love the
Oh,
idea.
my gosh.
Yeah, just there's so much they could do with it, and one of the things that actually breaks my heart the most is that they do have an original character for Batu.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And a lot of people don't know that she's a character.
Yeah.
They think she's a guest.
Yeah,
And it's
yeah.
like if you sit and you watch in Batu long enough,
Yeah.
there are whole plot lines happening around you.
Yeah.
I've seen Vi go up and like tap a first order guard on the back of their head, you know, and be like, "Hey, catch me!" and watch them have a chase through the marketplace. Like, it's so neat. And you know, with them bringing in the Mandalorian, with them bringing in Ahsoka, with them bringing in Hera and Chopper.
Yeah.
Oh,
we're not time locked anymore.
No, we're not. We're not. Like, my argument has always been the same. If they were gonna time lock it, you picked the wrong trilogy to time lock.
Thank you. I agree with
Thank
that
you.
so hard.
Wrong one. Like,
It needed to be the original trilogy, and dare I say it, I am a fan of the prequels too. I remember seeing those as a kid, and like I mean, during Star Wars night, I didn't get a chance to go, but seeing Anakin being Padme's bodyguard,
dude,
was so cool.
Dude,
tears,
yeah.
Yeah, and it's like, you know, I have a lot of friends that work in entertainment for Disney, and knowing just for a fact that friends of those characters are just as excited for stuff like that as we are.
Yeah.
Makes it so much better.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, no, and oh man, the potentiality for Galaxy's Edge is something that I don't feel
off the charts. Just like Anakin's midi-chlorian count.
Look at you.
You know,
going to M count. He's going to M count. Oh.
I want the Life Day announcement. The fact they haven't done an official Life Day celebration is just wild to me.
You know what's funny is, like, when it comes to Life Day, I kind of make a joke about it, but
Becky wants to go to Life Day.
No, but Life Day, I would be down with Life Day at Galaxy's Edge just to go check it out. A lot of people don't even have, like, what's Life Day? But it's in there. It's in the.
Would you wear the red robe?
No, I would not wear a robe. It's hot, man. I would not. But
it's Life Day, though.
I want to see Chewie and his son in those red robes.
There we go.
Oh yeah, okay.
There we go.
I want to see the baby Wookiee.
There we go. That'd be good too. I mean, the fact that the streetmosphere could be massive in there. We talk about R2. I mean, Chopper. I mean, when they rolled Chopper out, I had this moment of like, oh my God, that is amazing.
Yeah.
Because I'm a Rebels geek too, and when I saw him pop up, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is amazing.
Well, they had Ezra at Star Wars Night, didn't they?
I believe so. Yeah, they had. They did.
Ezra was out.
Love Ezra.
Chopper's my favorite war criminal ever. Like, he is. He has the highest kill count of any Disney character.
He does, man.
By far.
More than Vader?
He's just.
Dude, Vader wiped out a bunch of fools.
No, but okay, so we're branching off on the Star Wars.
Okay, let's not do this. Are you okay? Here's what I'm gonna propose. Is that clearly we get along, Shelley, and you should come back on the show anytime you want, and I really mean that. And we can talk deep about this stuff.
No, no. Okay, so I've been okay.
She's like, I'm not doing that.
No. Hold on. Okay.
No, we have to do a park day together so I can show you guys some stuff.
Oh, my gosh, yes.
Absolutely. So I have another podcast that we do. It's called The Mando Show, and we began with reviewing the Mandalorian, right?
Hence the name, yes.
Hence the Mando Show name, right? And it's my brother, another friend of mine, and another guy that I've known who's an actual cosplayer. He actually cosplays as a Mandalorian, so he introduces himself as the only Mandalorian on the show, which is accurate. But I've been wanting to get kind of a roundtable thing because we all have our different points of view, and sit down about the park and Disney and how they're tied to Star Wars, and kind of have like a feel, because my brother has been in the park once, and huge Millennium Falcon guy, and I had the privilege of walking up with him when he saw it for the first time, and then also when my nephew saw it for the first time, and I'm not going to get emotional, I swear, but I've been wanting to get everybody, like, let's sit down and have this big open talk, and I think you'd fit right in, because your knowledge of what's going on, and then your Star Wars knowledge, and then park knowledge, holy crap, that would be great.
She'd be the wild card.
You'd absolutely be the wild card, because right now you're preaching, I'm sitting, I don't know if you can see me, I've been clapping along, like, right along with you, because you're so spot on. You're saying so many of the things that I've been like, yep, do this, Disney. You do those
honestly,
things, boom.
Even if they added in, you know how Buena Vista Street has the actor squad, right? The characters of Buena Vista Street. They have like the police officer, the little male girl, and the dog lady, which I just realized my last visit, the dog lady has dogs on her dress. In the pattern, which is hilarious. I've never gotten close enough to her to see that before. But in Florida, they have that for Main Street as well. They have a mayor. They have the Votes for Women ladies from like Mary Poppins. They have characters that come out in Main Street. I'm not sure if they brought them back after COVID or not, but we need a cast of like 4 to 7 characters in Batuu that have evolving storylines, that would be able, I mean, because, you know, going back there and LARPing and doing the live action role play stuff is a huge draw and appeal of Batuu and Galaxy's Edge. And the way that they built the play app to interact with it, that's my favorite thing to do, is to tell people about the play app, because it turns it into a video game.
Yeah.
You know, you have quests, you have currency, you're able to collect items for your avatar, but there's nothing tying that really into a real life experience there. And so I'd really like to have them bring in some interactive elements, either like the scavenger hunt that they have at Epcot, where your phone can trigger effects, down to like if you complete your bounty hunter guild stuff, maybe you get like a commemorative coin.
Yeah.
You know, it's just like, you know, and I know that in the past, when they were talking like Blue Sky about Batuu and Galaxy's Edge, they wanted your fraction in the play app, whatever loyalty thing that you came across, because I have an account where it's all first order, and my wife's is all resistance.
Funny.
Right? And just to see. And I know that back in the past, they wanted to have a way that they would be able to read what fraction you had been playing for and react accordingly.
Yep.
And so, yeah, that's the stuff that I feel like if they really just threw a little bit of kinetic energy, the fact there's no live musicians back there is criminal.
Agreed.
The fact that they don't have face painting back there is criminal. I hate the fake wood carver. Put a wood carver in there. Like,
right.
Know, like, the artisan stuff is what's missing, and it's, you know, like I said, Life Day would be a really good excuse to give it a seasonal overlay, especially for California.
Yep, agreed.
You know, because, like, people might not understand what Life Day is, but they'll recognize the holiday season.
They will.
And garlands and glowing orbs and red robes. Like, that is holiday TM.
Yeah.
And, yeah, they really should be pulling that in, and the fandom community too around Batuu, and the fact that like 501st is out here and shows up at the park all the time, And the fact that, you know what I mean? Just all these different things, they have the audience for it. Like, there's droid clubs that meet up with their little droids and their light-up backpacks. There's lightsaber people that meet up.
I've been part of that,
Yeah, fan-led Life Day celebrations where I know for a fact that whoever a friend of Chewie was that day on purpose wanted to be there because they liked it and they know about it. And, you know, they appreciate people that are back there and doing that kind of stuff. And it's, you know, like you said about seeing the Falcon for the first time, I like to call it the second castle of the park.
Oh, yeah, good. Well said.
Yeah, because if you sit and watch people walk in, and, you know, a lot of it is, you know, and the ones that stand out to me are the dads. It's the dads that are like playing it cool when they're walking down Main Street. That, you know, they turn the corner, they see the Falcon, and their little baby 8-year-olds. They're crying.
Yep.
The wives are looking at them like they're nuts.
That's so true.
No.
You know, I mean,
no, it's exactly it. Yeah.
You know, if the castle doesn't get you, the Falcon should, and so it's like, you know, it's just such a beautiful area, and it doesn't feel like you're in Disneyland at all.
Yeah.
And that's why, like, I'm trying to hold my opinion very close to my chest about the Avatar expansion. Because the cultural impact of that movie has been almost zero.
Yeah.
But they're putting so much money into it. Like, I just remember...
Preach. That's exactly what we've been saying.
I mean, it's Pocahontas with blue people.
Yeah.
Like, the first movie is literally Pocahontas down to Cocoam being the tribe dude, you know?
Yeah.
So it's one of those things where I'm like, you know, I'm going to hold that back because I really would like to see an area like Batu, you know, with big open water, with rock formations that don't feel like anything else in the park. And that's why I'm trying to hold my reservations back about the Avatar expansion, whether or not we get it. But nobody's asking for it, but we're getting it anyway.
Well,
haven't I said that? Haven't we said that on the show? Like, I don't know. We talked about that, and Iger keeps on bringing up, well, it's X amount of dollars. I'm like, but
the dollars don't mean anything.
No, and I brought the same things. Like, I don't see the people with the Avatar shirts and the Avatar figures and whatever.
Just to prove Shelley's point, dude, no one asked for Guardians of the Galaxy. No one even asked for that at all. But here we are, and we love that thing.
Well, but here's but here's the difference with that. There's a tie-in directly with the MCU that they're working on.
Yes.
So there is nothing to that level when it comes to Avatar. Avatar is 2 films with a third one coming.
Yeah.
That is it.
Right.
And they don't hit like Star Wars, no matter how many people.
No, it's not even the same conversation.
No, not even close.
Not even close.
It's just one of those, like, do you guys know a line from any of the movies off the top of your head?
From what movie?
From any of the Avatar movies.
No, I can't even tell you any of the characters, to be honest with you.
No, I couldn't tell you any of the
Jake,
characters.
Scully, and
Jake
not.
Sully is the only one I know. That's the only line. Is when she says, Jake Scully.
Yep, because you hear it a few times.
What?
Yeah, that's it.
Yep.
Like,
I
you know,
agree.
and I think that says something too about, like, you know, I don't know, maybe James Cameron, you know, got into Club 33 and made a deal with the Talking Vulture or something, and got his theme park lands, like, guaranteed. But you know, I mean, at the very least, especially seeing what they did with Animal Kingdom, because they did really need Pandora in there.
Oh yeah.
They needed something, right?
Yes.
But seeing what they did with that, if I don't like the IP, I at least will like the landscaping. And
Agreed.
I can, you know, like, I can live with that. I can live with that. But yeah, there's just so many other things that I would be tempted to put in there. And I'm really, really interested to see on Sunday what they're going to be doing, because the Imagineering Pavilion that's being hosted at D23 right now has locked doors on their pavilion that say, we'll open on Sunday. And I have a feeling that the models, if they brought any with them this year, and the announcements and stuff is going to be behind those.
Yes, I saw that today too, and I'm like pissed off because I wanted to be there, but so I think we're gonna get that announced tomorrow night, and then Sunday. I think you're spot on. I think they're gonna have models so you can check out.
Yep. And I'm gonna
because like the Bot 2 model was there last time, or a couple of D23s ago.
Yep, a few now. Yep.
And it was awesome.
Yep. I'm gonna drop the rumor real quick about what I heard. Both of you guys know what I'm talking about? Tomorrowland.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, the rumor mill. Apparently, we're gonna hear something about happening in Tomorrowland.
Yeah.
Oh, I hope so.
Oh, me too.
That place needs some love.
Big time.
We got a very cryptic message from one of our friends, from Sam.
Yeah.
Who's he works for the company. And
we'll keep it there. But he I don't know. I think he knows something.
He had mentioned something about
Yeah, I do know that for any of your listeners that complain about Autopia.
Yeah.
So as far as that goes, because I know a lot of people are like, look at how much real estate it has and blah, blah, blah. Autopia sits on top of the Finding Nemo submarine show building.
Right.
So there's only so much weight they can put on it.
Uh-huh.
And so, if Autopia is leaving, that means the submarines also have to leave.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah, so it's like, when they talk about Tomorrowland, a lot of people look at that room on the map and go, oh, look at all that room they can expand over. And it's like, I can't do too much with it.
Yeah, no, and one of the greatest videos that I ever saw, which I picked apart in about 20 milliseconds, was one talking about how Tron could totally fit right there. And I went, oh, you...
Tron?
Yeah, remember that video?
Yeah,
and I'm like, and Mark shared it with me. I watched it. I'm like, he's wrong here, and he's wrong here because of this, and that. And I'm like, man, no. And a lot of people don't know. A lot of people don't know about the infrastructure, the things that it takes, because they look at the facade and they don't know what's right behind that wall.
Oh,
they have no idea.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think the building where Carousel Progress used to be housed, and then it turned into that Marvel Center. That's a historical building too, which means
man, I want that back.
If they change that, there's so much red tape that they have to go through to be able to modify that building because it's protected as a historical building.
Yeah.
And I don't know how they get around it with the other structures in the park or what's so special about that one specifically, but, Florida has a lot more relaxed laws as far as safety, what items you can use, etc. goes. Like I know there's been some parts for costumes that have had to be shipped to Florida to be painted and then shipped back over here. Because of different laws and things, and that's also why we didn't have butterbeer at our Universal for forever, was because there was something in the Florida recipe that California has restrictions on.
Great.
So it's like, there's different things that they can do, and there's different red tape obstacles that they have to go through. But the Disneyland Forward thing getting approved, I mean, I don't think people realize exactly how much land Disney owns around the theme park, and the cast parking, the Pumbaa lot, is where they're queuing up to put the new parking structure.
Yeah.
Oh.
And they keep toting out the idea of putting a pedestrian bridge over harbor.
Yeah.
Yeah. They've done it a few times. Yeah.
The Eastern Gateway. Yeah.
Yeah, because what they want to do is they want to close off street access.
Yep.
To there.
100%.
Yeah, and I understand the hotels on that side are like, oh my gosh, no, we're losing our walking across the street access. Because in order to enter from there, they're going to have to backtrack through the parking structure.
Yeah.
Go through security there, and then get on that overpass to walk over. And that's why I think Eden Rock's in such a good position, is because we are on the other side of the park.
Yes.
Where the public road is, where they can't block off access, they have to be able to get into the Grand. They have to be able to get into Pixar Place. legally, for safety reasons.
Yeah.
And, the little bit of magic way that they're purchasing is that little strip between the Mickey and Friends parking structure and then their property that they own in downtown Disney, next to the Disneyland Hotel. And yeah, once they connect that, there's enough room for a third, maybe even a fourth gate.
Yep.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
If they really wanted to, they could do a fourth gate.
Yeah.
So, Shelley, where's your prediction of where they're going to put this Avatar Land thing?
So I think if they do bring it, they're either going to do one of two things. They're gonna gut Hollywood Land, which is pretty much already gutted, right?
Yeah.
Which I'm of the personal opinion that they should turn that corner into a Jim Henson Muppet Square.
Oh yeah,
Personally, I think Muppet Vision should be there. I think they should have a couple rides, a couple restaurants, maybe a statue. Just a small one.
Yeah.
But I think they're either going to be putting it over there, or it's going to go into the third gate.
Yeah.
It's one of the two, and I'm very suspicious of them having the Frozen model from Paris at D23. Because it's almost a copy of what they did in Tokyo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's almost, and you know what? I wouldn't mind it. I wouldn't mind a Frozen Land. We don't have anything like that in the parks.
No.
We have nothing that's like mountainy Scandinavian except for maybe the Matterhorn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But regardless of what your feelings on Frozen as an IP is, at least the area would be like beautiful,
yes,
and pretty, and
Yeah,
vibrant,
definitely.
and populated.
Yeah. It's beautiful.
And I hate to say it, but man, Frozen has gotten its claws into me with Frozen 2.
Oh yeah?
Can't do it.
Yeah, just watching the documentary of how it was made and the husband and wife songwriting team on there, just for another goofy theme park knowledge trivia, they actually wrote the music for the Finding Nemo musical down in Animal Kingdom.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh, cool.
And they were the OG Marlin and Dory
Oh.
for the cast.
Yeah.
Wow,
Yeah.
didn't even know that.
Yeah, and they so they've written music for everything from like Avenue Q, Book of Mormon, all the way on up to Frozen.
Oh.
So it's like it's really, really cool, and I think it's a husband and wife writing team, and they do really good stuff. But yeah, I'm very interested to see how they're going to retrofit the Frozen backstory into what they're doing. Because I feel like they just released like a movie, and then they were like, "Oh no, it's popular. We have to give it some backstory."
Yes, right.
And then they made it complicated. And I'm like, I want to see what you do with the complicated stuff. Like, bring it on. But even having like, I'm really hoping for like Coco. I'm really hoping for Encanto, like having the Casita as like a Mystic Manor-esque type of ride would be amazing. Like, can you imagine going through the Casita in something that moves like Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway but gives you the feeling of Haunted Mansion?
That would be epic for sure. Yeah.
Moving doors, like even the floor thing that they keep testing with the seats.
Yep.
All I can see.
Oh, those
all
tiles,
I can see is
right?
Mirabelle's, is Mirabelle's shoes being brought to her by Casita, right?
Oh.
Like.
Oh, and then coming over.
Yep.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see force pushing, right?
Yeah.
From like. Just the applications, that would be insane. But we don't have anything like Coco. We don't have anything like Encanto, which I know they keep threatening to put over in Animal Kingdom, and I'm very jealous. But also leave Dino Land USA alone, because the lore for that is so good.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's just we just don't have anything like that, and so I really hope that what they're looking for is things that are different.
Yes.
Things that are unlike Disneyland, because Disneyland has its own storybook feel to it.
Mm-hmm.
California Adventure has a completely different feel than Disneyland does.
Yeah.
Yep.
And there's room for that third,
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, I'm hoping we get some kind of a combination of like Epcot and Animal Kingdom, honestly.
Westcott.
Because we could use it.
Yeah, a little.
I wish.
I know,
I
right?
wish Westcott.
Yeah.
Rest in peace.
I know. Oh my gosh, that would be such a game changer having that here.
Yep.
I mean, Disney still owns the Queen Mary.
Oh yeah.
Like they have all that property down there that they were going to build like a Disney Sea type park before before that legislation came through. But yeah, they have a lot of really good ideas. It's just going to be very interesting to see if they are able to cut their budget correctly, or if we're going to run into another Batu situation.
Yeah. I can talk on that for another 2 hours, but yeah, I mean, it will break down to the fact of where they want to prioritize. I know they've dedicated an X amount of dollars for CapEx, but I don't know how they're gonna allocate and direct that. It's interesting.
Yeah.
So for me, with Disney Forward coming, I'm really curious on the rollout, what they're gonna get, and the timing of it all. And I'm worried. Yeah. I'm worried that they're doing what they have a tendency to do, which is over promote, and then some what we see with Batu is a little under deliver. And that's my other and same thing with Avengers Campus. A little same thing. They'll phase it out. Opening, they'll be like, well, we're gonna put this in here first, and then that, and then that, and then they get kind of stuck along the way. And both Avengers Campus and Galaxy's Edge are prime examples of Disney doing that.
Yeah, I mean, Avengers Campus too. Like, if you look at Paris's Avengers Campus versus ours, you can see how it could have been done correctly. And I love the fact that they have committed to the character presence in Avengers Campus, because I think that might be the only drawback there, honestly.
No, it will be. It will be, because the one thing about Avengers or Marvel, the MCU, is going to be character driven big time. And in order to have people want to come back there, you need to have them back there. 100%.
Yeah, it guts me that they cut the Doctor Strange show, because they don't have anything back there anymore.
Nope.
And it's the small shows like Jedi Training Academy, for instance. Why don't we have that in Batu?
Yep. Agreed.
They have the show structure. They have the script. They have
the whole thing.
They know exactly how many people they need to run it. They know exactly what costumes they would need for it.
The whole thing. Yep.
And it's just I see such easy fixes for the stage that they have set. But can I just go on the record and tell whoever designed that Avengers Campus headquarters building, you did a terrible job at the railing for a stunt show. Why is it tilting in?
Oh, man.
That's the worst. I'm the sight line is so obstructed up there. Yeah. I'm just gosh, guys. But, then you look at Paris, where Black Widow literally comes down on a line and drops from the sky and lets go of it for her meet and greet.
Yeah. It's amazing.
You can eat in Peggy's office.
Yeah.
There, and they have story elements, and it's you walk into ours and it's a teeny tiny store inside the big old building facade. They have the spider store.
Yeah.
And that's about it. They have a Euro cart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pim's is a cute idea, but there's not enough seating, there's not enough shade. It's concrete slab central. So, if they wanted to, they would.
Yeah. Right.
They know how.
Yes.
They know how.
They definitely know how.
It's just I got to figure out who's given the decisions up there. Is his name Bob, or do we need to go a little further than that?
Don't get me going.
I've been cursing the name Bob for years now.
See, Shelley, I knew you would fit right in having a conversation if you're going to start going in that direction, because that's kind of the direction that we go to sometimes. Yeah.
I love Bob.
Yeah, and you know what? It wouldn't bother me as much if I didn't care.
Yeah,
sure.
Yes, that's exactly it.
Well, I mean, we always say on the show, we're going to be critical of Disney. We're not going to be the people who just everything's fine, everything's great.
Pixie dusters.
Yeah. Well, yeah. And then we kind of go hey, we need to hold you accountable, but it's not because we're angry or we don't like it. It's because we do. We care, and we want it to be good. We want it to be successful.
Yep.
We want, like I said, we want it to be around for another 100 years. You know, so we and the only way we do that is by supporting them when they do well and being critical when they don't. That's
that's the thing too, is you can like something and still be critical of it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, 100%.
Like, you guys are such on the same wavelength. It's so nice to be able to chat with you.
Yeah, for sure. And we have to do more of this, Shelly. I mean, seriously, anytime you want to come on.
I knew that was coming. No, and I agree completely. Open door.
Yeah, open door.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Oh, yeah, open door.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah.
I'll definitely take you up on it.
Yeah.
I mean, I generally, I mean, honestly, I do mean that. It's just anytime, just say, hey, email me and say, hey, I want to talk about this and this. Okay, on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
No joke. Yeah.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, we have a listener, and he lives about an hour or so away, and we've had the same thing. Like, hey, you ever want to talk to anything? Come on down. He knows he's sat in this room and recorded with us, and he's done that a couple times. Like, hey.
Oh yeah, Marcus.
Marcus. Shout out Marcus.
Yeah. Just bring beer, Marcus.
Yeah, you always got to bring beer, Marcus.
That's not true, but
no.
it always does help.
It is true.
No, he does bring it. He doesn't have to.
Nobody has to.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Well, anyway, but no, but we have that. We have that. It's like, and he's done it before. Like, hey, can I come on? Like, come on, sit in front. Yeah. So absolutely, like, open door whenever. Hit us up. You're on.
That's so sweet.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, I'm sure I'll have opinions after Tiana's Bayou Adventure opens, because I'm really trying hard to stay away from those spoilers too, because I think ours might be a little different.
Yes. Yeah.
And we got a little bit of a hint from our friend Philander that it is. Well, how do you put it? It's not what you think it is, I believe is how he put it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, and Philander's great. He's a plaid, and we had him on. Great guy, and we asked him. We kind of asked him about TBA, and he kind of said it's not what you think. So I was like, okay, cool, all right, because we all enter that thing of like, is it gonna be better? How is it gonna be?
It's gotta be reserved. It's gotta be reserved judgment until game day.
Exactly.
And
I know. I mean, the only absolute saving grace is that is such a good ride track.
Yes.
No matter what the heck they put in it, it's going to be fun.
Yeah.
But I'm hoping we see the improvement. But then again, it's very easy to improve on the old America Sings animatronics. I mean, those guys were not meant to be in that building with the humidity.
Yeah.
The way it is, and they broke down like that,
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm really hoping that what they put in is going to last, that it's going to be quality, that they took notes from TBA over in Walt Disney World.
Yeah.
And I really hope that we get the story development that the Imagineers have put into it, and that I know is out there.
Yep,
and I'm still salty about Mama Odie's boat not being on the top of that tree.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It would have been so cool looking.
Yeah.
I'm just like, why is the boat gone? It was on the model.
Yeah.
just gonna picture the boat there forever. But
yeah.
But Splash is one of my favorite rides growing up as a kid. So
yeah.
And that just shows you, I had no idea it was so recently added.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Like when I was a kid, it just lived there. It was always there.
Yeah, yeah.
No,
and then it was crazy.
Yeah, I have vivid memories of it not being there.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. There's nothing back there in the Bear Country. Bear Country back there. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm so happy they're retheming the Hungry Bear Eatery to the Country Bear Barbecue. I hope beyond hope that we get some animatronics back there.
Oh, that would be great.
A little Chuck E. Cheese action back there.
Even Big Owl or Beulah would be awesome. Like
Beulah
they have
would be
Rosita
great.
outside.
Oh, exactly.
Right?
Imagine having Beulah out there. That'd be great.
Or Max, maybe. The moose, right?
Any of them, yeah.
Mm.
Any of them.
Any of them would be good.
Yeah, that would be great.
Like, even if it wasn't a full show, even if it was just, the curtain pulls back, she has, maybe a 15-minute little thing she does. It goes back for an hour.
Yeah.
Like Sunny Eclipse does over in Tomorrowland. I'm like, that would be awesome.
Mm-hmm.
But I am very glad that they have figured out somehow how to bridge Tiana's from New Orleans Square into Critter Country.
Mm-hmm.
It's genius the way that they have managed to bridge that right across those lands.
Yep. Absolutely.
And I'm really looking forward to seeing the expansion for the Haunted Mansion too. The queue.
Yep.
Me too.
The carriage house. I'm so ready for.
Me too. I'm really curious about how that's going to come out.
Yep, me too.
Yeah. I am worried though. There is a small cemetery to the left of the Haunted Mansion exit, and you can't really see too much of it unless you get to go backstage. But it's an expansion of the pet cemetery. They have an elephant that's buried upside down, so his legs sticking straight up into the air with the stone columns of the
Oh my gosh.
of the grave. So if you look over there, you can see little elephant toenails up near the roof, holding it up. And it's like I really hope that itty bitty little detail is just kept, because I can see them tearing it out for the carriage house.
Yep.
Oh, geez.
But I'm excited for it. I mean, Princess and the Frog, I think, has really grown on me as a movie. I liked it when it came out, but I really like it now.
Yeah,
and it's just, I mean, and the IP is so versatile too, and that's the thing, is that not everything that is quote unquote Princess and the Frog branded screams Princess and the Frog to you. It screams New Orleans.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
So it's like the fact that they're focusing, just like how they did with Cars Land. It doesn't scream Cars at you; it screams Route 66.
Yes. If you've been,
and it's like that. That's like the good Disney that that I'm excited about. Is I can tell they're taking a really careful hand for this one, and I just hope it works out.
I agree. Like we keep on saying, we're just gonna have be optimistic and have hope.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just glad they're not the screen projections like the Frozen ride, and that scares me. So the fact that Tiana has like a real animatronic face is like A+ for me.
Oh yeah. I understand what you're saying now. The different type of animatronic. Yeah, you're right. That is good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really hope we get some of Tokyo's technology soon, though, because their stuff has been off the chain.
Off the chain. Right on. Well, I feel like we could talk for another 2 hours, but I know we don't have the bandwidth tonight, and I'm sure you've got to get going somewhere, Shelley. It sounds like you're still in your car. Are you still in your car or in your office?
So I hopped into my car about 5 minutes ago. So.
Oh, okay, cool. All right. Well, I know it's hot out there, so but I just want to say, this has been very pleasurable to talk to you. And we are so stoked that you and your company were offered this this deal to our listeners, to us and our listeners. So again, LTP family, if you go to Eden Roc, we'll get those details out on social media, and then you go book your room, and then upon checkout, enter it's Eden Magic for the code. Yeah, for the code, and to get 30% off of your entire stay there. And that's just a great way just to start your vacation, knowing that you're saving money and knowing you're going to come back to a clean, comfortable room within walking distance.
Yeah.
Yes.
You can enjoy Trader Sam's guilt-free.
Yes.
Yes.
You can stagger back and find you've never done that. But again, and then so we're definitely very thankful for that, Shelley. And then also, and I've said this we've had other guests, is that every time we have a guest on, I'm always blown away by how cool they are, how nice they are, how forthright they are, and willing to share information and get excited about talking about, the happiest place on earth. It sounds like a silly thing, here we are talking about Disneyland and everything like that, but people love it, and people that are into it, like yourself, are just so cool and so nice. And we count you amongst our friends now, and you kind of alluded to this before, but we need to meet up sometime at the park, or at least downtown Disney or something, or whatever, or both.
Next time you guys come stay at Eden Roc, I will be there, and hopefully I have some goodies for you guys too.
Oh, I would love that. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yep. And going off what Mark said, this is what makes Disney, for people who don't always get it. Right here, what we're talking about and how we're interacting is exactly what makes Disney so great, because we can set aside so many differences about everything outside of the world, outside world.
Yeah.
And we can come together in a place where we can get along, be happy, look at the other things, and find connection points beyond any other thing. And that is what makes this place so magical. So, yeah, I mean, you're one of us now. So, I mean, welcome to it. Welcome to it, yeah.
Yeah.
I was going to say, touching on your point, something that and the reason why I did want to work for Disney for so long, too, and I feel so fortunate to be able to carry that over to my career now, is that everybody that goes, well, not everybody, most people that go with the intention of having a good time and having fun. And I don't know where else in the world where people just generally truly want to have a good time and enjoy their day. And, you know, like you said, Disney covers so many things. There's the history nerd side of it. There's the theme park nerd side. There's the ride nerd side. There's the theater side. There's just the operations side. Just understanding how everything works. I mean, it's just so much stuff and love and labor goes into creating something that seems so simple.
Yeah.
And to see how many cast members dedicate their lives and their careers to doing that, I'm just so thankful for them. For sticking it out and, you know, continuing to make magic for people, because those are memories you carry with you for forever.
Yes.
Like, you know, I still remember my first time getting a pair of Mickey ears, and they gave them to me as a little kid. And like, I still have them. They're up in my room, you know, and every time I look at them, I think about, you know, being that little kid and being able to get my name on something when it's normally not on things, and you know, the whole thing. And, you know, I still remember cast members from Carnation Cafe, and I still remember cast members from Florida, you know, from when I've taken my family down to Walt Disney World. And you know, it, like I said, it's just such an amazing common ground to find with people. Because I have friends from all walks of life with all sorts of beliefs, and the one thing that they all have in common is that they're respectful and they love seeing other people be happy.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like, half the fun of the Disney vacation is watching other families experiencing it too.
It is.
You know, like seeing the little kids come out of like bippity boppity all like dressed up, and, you know, seeing the kids with the swords and shields actually like think they're seeing Kylo Ren for the first time. They want to smack him.
I remember one time going and I saw a whole family dressed up as 101 Dalmatians, and even the parents had tails and everything, and it was the cutest thing. I mean, you know, kind of nerdy and stuff too, but I still remember just looking at that and thinking like, oh, what a happy family. You know, it was cool.
I hope Cruella found him. She would have flipped.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just, I love Disneyland, and like you said, it's the heart of the theme park sector for sure. And you can feel that heart beating.
Yep. Okay, Shelly.
Thank you guys so much.
Sure. Do you have social media that you want to share, or you don't have that, or?
I actually have, I have closed down most of my own personal social media.
Okay.
Actually, I'm just used to not having it as a cast member because I'm not allowed to talk about so many things.
For sure.
But yeah, Eat and Rock does have social media. I can send that to you guys in an email so that you guys have it. But come down, come visit us. We're so close, and if you stand on the corner in our north-facing parking lot, you can actually see a bunch of the fireworks every night. So
a little pro tip.
Kind of a cool place to be.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, awesome. Well, again, Shelly, thank you so much for spending time with us today or this evening now, and which is great. I've thoroughly enjoyed myself. I enjoyed the conversation. Very impressed with your in-depth knowledge. Very good conversationalist. So we gotta do it again sometime.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, definitely. Let me know when you guys come down, and if you guys come to stay between now and the end of the year, send me an email, and I'll make sure that we get you guys all pixie dusted.
All right. Thank you.
But what about the beginning of the year next year?
beginning of the year next year, I can definitely help with that too.
Yeah, because that's that's when my birthday is. So I'm thinking maybe I'll come down for that.
Oh,
So.
hey, we always celebrate birthdays.
All right, awesome,
Nice.
awesome. All right.
All right, thank you guys so much.
All
And
right.
I look forward to keeping in touch with you.
Yes, absolutely, and have a good evening.
Thank you.
Yep. You too. Take care, guys.
Alrighty.
Bye.
Bye. All right, LTP listeners, what do you guys think of that? We met a new friend from the Eden Rock, Shelly. Definitely a wealth of knowledge. Like I said, I just told her, a very good conversationalist. And how cool is that they offered this special deal to us and the LTP family? 30% off your entire stay when you book or go to EdenRock.com. We will actually send the website online and everything like that. So it may not be EdenRock.com. It might be something very similar to that. I don't know.
Yeah, we can post it on Instagram.
Yeah, for sure. Upon checkout, just type in Eden Magic in the code. And how do you spell that, Becky?
EDENMAGIC.
There you go. For 30% off your stay, and that's such a great deal.
It is. We checked out some of the pricing with the discount, and it's really good savings.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
you can get some great rates.
Right, and like I said, I've been there before, and I highly recommend it. And I know Udi's gonna love it when we go down there in the spring.
I know I will.
And again, a quick thanks to Dan for even bringing that up. I would never have thought to go over there, but that could be Disney's hidden gem or actually Anaheim's hidden gem.
Yep.
All right. Okay, so that's going to wrap up episode number 202. If you want to get in touch with us, you can send us an email at info@leavingtodaypodcast.com. Follow us on Instagram at Leaving Today Podcast. Also, maybe more on Twitter or X. I might start getting involved in that because that seems to be a little more immediate than everything else. So that's Leaving Today Pod. Follow us on there. Udi, for more witty banter, where can people find you?
You can find me on my other show, The Mando Show. And then you can also find me on my Instagram and my Twixter, which are both the same handle, HAXGOALIE, Haxgoli.
Okay. Now Jess had to leave. She was actually calling in from work, so her credentials, they're going to be online anyways. Storybook Jess and some other stuff. Becky, where can you be found?
You can find me on Instagram at Becky_Weimer, BECKY_WEIMER.
Yes. And please go follow her and message her about stuff, whatever it is you want to message her about.
Yes.
Okay. So, episode 203 is going to be undoubtedly about D23 stuff. So this episode's coming out right after D23, but everyone's gonna be talking about it, but we're gonna have time to digest it. So so that is that. Thank you so much for listening. And again, do go check out Eden Rock. Very cool company, very cool people that work there. And you can tell she's very passionate about what she does and very appreciative for all those folks over there. All right. Until then, we love you, adventures out there, and we'll see you in the parks.
Bye.
See ya. I am a good button pusher.
Can I have the pumpkin brulee, please? Thank you.
You pushed the wrong button.
I did. I pushed the wrong button.
That's what he said.
Wait, how do I get you bigger?
You broke it.
Yeah.
Snack break. I feel like Udi's gonna lose it with the news.
I've got tacos waiting for me.
Oh, man. Where's my invite?
No bed sheets.
Why are you yelling at me?
Because I like yelling at you.
You're funny. Ow, that hurt. Don't make me smile like that. Ow. But you
Yeah.
make me hot. It's so close, I can feel it.
Kitty.
It's like a breath of fresh air.
Boy, was my face red.